Niners! Good Sunday to you, fam. After the dust has settled, the nuclear mushroom is still hanging around over Santa Clara. I'm kind of happy with this draft for a number of reasons. Previous years I felt good about the draft, but this one in particular stands out to me as kind of special. What's why I put bigger, faster, stronger? We got guys that are dominant in their categories statistically as far as being athletic. Now, being football players, not bad at all either. So, NFL Draft 2024, 49er fan reactions to day 3 and overall drafts. What we'll pretty much be doing today. Get a heat check on how you're feeling about the draft. We're not going to be able to go over the entire thing. We're pretty much stick around the final 3 rounds because there's just too much to talk about. And UDFAs, listen, you can add little things in there, but remember, we're going to be in a time constraint, so you can't go on for 10, 15 minutes. But, the allotted amount of time, get as much as you can in there if you like, because I'd love to hear your feeling on it. But later on during the week, we're going to break down some of the other things that happened in the draft, particularly UDFAs, and from round 1s through, well, you know what? You could say a few things about round 1s through the entire regular draft. But the maturity of GM John Lynch and Coach Kyle Shanahan initially appears to have been on display during the draft this year. What we forget and fail to realize at times when we make these harsh judgments on what Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are doing, remember, they've only been doing this for a few years. 6 or 7 to be exact, right? 7. And when they first came in, we expected a lot, and we didn't really quite get what we should have, but still, that was a learning experience. Step 1, step 2, step 3. They've gotten to the point now, I'm starting to notice some things about what they do. Of course, that opinion will have to be proven over the course of the next couple of seasons as these players demonstrate what they're capable of doing. We've seen some good ball players on, and fam, think about it for a minute. A lot of people won't agree with it, but the 49ers have the best roster in the game for the last couple of years, from top to bottom. It may not really be possible to grade the draft after this soon, but the Niners front office has picked up some players that reflect talents that have immediately improved that special teams, if nothing else. Because I'm saying you got a lot of guys that are really superior athletes this time, and I'm really loving it. So tonight I'm looking for your take on the 2024 draft. The Niners have been amazing over the years regarding day 3 picks. We'll be going over the final day and some of what your thoughts are overall of the draft. Let me just jump right in there. Malik Mustafa, not Malik, it's Malik. I went over I found some opinions of the guys before I just go over a little statistical information on these guys. But Malik, he was asked the question, can you describe yourself, a football, what the Niners are getting? Yes, sir. Quote, I'm a downhill speed tenacity ball player that plays a lot of fire. I'm able to line up pretty much everywhere. Just watching a film, I'm able to impact the game on all levels of the football. I'm pretty sure the 49ers have a plan for me. I really feel comfortable in a lot of spots, being able to show that versatility during my time at Wake Forest. You remember the center we got from Wake Forest? That's the only guy I can remember from Wake Forest. It's not where you usually, those are the kind of schools where if you do pluck a good football player, he's really, really good. Running back, this is one of my faves, man. Isaac Warindo. Here's a question for him. Your production went up a lot last season. What would you say was a huge factor that, I know you changed schools, but what was it about this new system? Quote, Isaac, I think the new system, with the University of Louisville, Coach Chris Barclay, and then how he kind of taught the running backs. Just making the transition from a school like Wisconsin, they're obviously heavy on the run. The ball when I was there, but with how the league is changing and all that stuff, you need to be able to showcase and add value in multiple different ways. So obviously, being able to showcase catching the ball out of the backfield as well as pass production, but then running the ball helps a lot. Who's that remind you of? This boy runs a 4.3. I didn't know that. What? Whoa. 221 pounds, a 4.3. He was not that heavy. We talked about it a little bit. We've been talking about it a little bit anyway. Darting in and out, finding cracks and crevices, and a little place he could slide into with his speed. Oh, can you imagine? We'll see. We'll see. Not to get too excited just yet. He goes on to say, I think we had a lot of different run schemes that we used and that worked for us this year. I think that was important to my success, unquote. They asked him about Raheem. He said, yeah, he's obviously a great back, but you just look at the speed. He has exceptional speed. I don't know if I'm as fast as him. Well, you're probably not. Not a lot of people are. Raheem Mostert is a world-class Olympian, but still, 4'3", bro. You be jamming. With his exceptional speed and just the way he's decisive in the run game, I think that gives him a big leg up. So being able to continue to grow myself and then hopefully being great back like that, that's important. So the plan is to really just continue to take lessons, to ask questions to the good backs that I'm around, and then be able to learn from them. Can you imagine him finally emulating CMC? CMC does not run a 4.3. CMC can move, but not like this. He's a little bit older, though, which is interesting because the 49ers picked a number of players who were kind of older. You know, some of these guys played a lot of football, stayed in school a long time. Because of the COVID rules, some of the guys have been in school 6 years. Can you imagine playing 6 years of college football? Of course, 1 year COVID kind of took that out, so 5 years of football. Jacob Coward, wide receiver. What were your impressions when you came out on the visit a couple of weeks ago? My first impression, looking at the organization, they just went to the Super Bowl, so looking at their kind of offensive style, too, I thought it was just a great fit. Me meeting all the coaches, the GM, the owner, meeting everybody, it was just a great atmosphere to be around. Very similar to how we view things, so we're on the same page about everything. The 49ers do get character. They put that as part of the elements to decide as to what they're going to do and pick for a player, so he's already coming right into fit. Question was, what makes you a good fit for this offense? I would say my speed. Again, speed, fam. Ricky Pearsall, speed. Gorindo, speed. He goes on to say, I would say my speed, also what I can contribute to the special teams, punt return game, kick return game, my ability to make big plays down the field, score touchdowns, trying to put points on the board. So that's something I could definitely bring to the team. Mm-hmm. Is there a wide receiver in the NFL that you kind of model your game after or look up to? As he's quoted saying, as I grew up watching football, my journey, I looked at the Seattle Seahawks, Tyler Lockett a lot, very similar in stature. I kind of resemble my game after him a lot. And then also with the past year, Houston Texans wide receiver Tank Dell, also Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers, I had never talked about him because we had a Baltimore Raven fan coming there all the time. It was really pissing me off. But Zay Flowers is a bad boy. Oh, he is good. If this guy reminds you of anything of either of those players that killed us, Zay Flowers and Tyler Lockett, revenge would be sweet, wouldn't it? Now we got one. And he says Zay Flowers, they had very good receivers, had a lot of good production there last year. So I look up to those guys and try to add to my game. And then there's offensive lineman Jared Kingston. Kingston, he went on he's an LA guy, right? He says, were you trying to do a favor for your grandmother by transferring to USC? Because he went bounce from one school to another. And that seems to be a trend nowadays. But he answered that question by saying, yeah, I kind of went into the decision. I was choosing between Ohio State and USC. Growing up an SC fan and still having family in LA made me lean more towards USC because they're both great programs. Which is interesting because SC just recently became a great program because they had to fire every last coach year before last. Anyway, he goes on to say, how did that move help you in your game? I just learned a lot more. I think that being at Washington State, we were kind of more one-sided. We were more of a pass pro offense, and I think that going to USC and having a true 50-50 run-pass offense helped me to learn a lot more about the run game, and I just got stronger and more athletic. Can you expand on that? And just in terms of how you got stronger, and I guess quantify how strong you are right now. So I kind of got, Cody, he goes on to say, I kind of go back. So when I came into college, I was like 250 pounds, like a tight end, defensive end build. So I gained a lot of weight, and I got decently strong up until the 2022 season. But I feel like the last year I really took it a whole other level. I think our strength coach really had that's Benny Wiley at SC, had an influence on that. I just really took it another level. I feel like I did 36 reps at 225 at the combine. I think it was the second highest this year for anyone. So I feel like I'm decently strong. Yeah, here's the thing, fam. Analysts are tearing him down as kind of weak, not really strong as he should be, and will lose at the point of attack with some of the better defensive ends. Maybe, you know what? Bill Walsh hated it when players were picked according to their to the round they were drafted in. This could be a mistake. Analysts could be mistaken. They're probably just reading press releases just like everybody else and have no idea what they're talking about. I'm going to trust Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch on this because, you know what, I did read a number of bad reports on this guy. So, but one report I was really enjoying, if you see Jared in a fight with a bear, help the bear. What? Okay. Sound like I got me a dog. We'll see. And then there's Tatum Bethune. Says you're following fellow teammates, cornerback Renardo Green, who already called the 49ers. When the 49ers called him, Renardo told him, you got yourself a dog. From what I wouldn't look at this tape immediately. The only thing he doesn't do on that field is bark. That boy is vicious. He ain't that big, but my God, our quarterbacks will be challenged by Renardo. What can you tell us about him? Ask him about that. Renardo Green is a dog. He actually is the one who sometimes I feed off his energy and sometimes he feeds off mine. So it's a great feeling to have one of my old teammates back as my teammate again. It seems that it's been 3 or 4 years now that the 49ers have been known to have the best linebackers in the NFL. Is that what college linebackers recognize? Do you guys watch film of a linebacker Fred Warner and linebacker Drain Greenlaw as kind of an example? He goes on to say, actually, the guy who I actually watched this past season was Greenlaw because the way he just showed his passion on the field, and he's always around the ball. His physicality reminded me a lot of myself. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole college football world knows about the linebacker corps at the 49ers. Fam, this is true. But the thing is, the word on Bethune, he lacks a little natural talent, but he makes up for that. This boy hits hard. Just like that safety we pick up, they hit. If you know what, if you're going to trust somebody to make a decision on safeties, that John Lynch picked out Renardo. No, Renardo's. Who's it? Wait a minute. Who's my cornerback? Oh, here, let me go. Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, he's a corner. Renardo hits. Okay, Ricky Pearsall, Florida. Florida's program sucks. You know what? I didn't realize. I read a little film on them too. Ricky was kind of carrying that team for whatever they were doing offensively. They had a couple of good running backs though, but this dude, man, I just hope he doesn't get injured from the way he plays. He's a smaller version of George Kittle. He can be pressed. You can knock him off his mark, though, coming off the line of scrimmage. But you know what? Kyle Shanahan, you know how he is. He will make sure that Ricky's in a position to get loose and avoid that. Put him in a slot, of course, right? But you know what? Now I understand, though, after watching him, why Debo could be the guy. It ain't going to be Ayuk. Snead took Debo out of the Super Bowl, right? I don't think Snead's going to take this kid out. I really don't. And I got a feeling we're going to see more of some of these rookies this year than usual. Forget about Ricky Pearsall being that light complexion and that myth about white men can't jump. Ricky Pearsall can play, okay? Yeah. Oh, and then you got cornerback Renardo Green, who's going to hurt somebody. I like that idea. Could take somebody's job. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but he's going to get reps. And then next year when the 49ers have to thin the thing out. Kansas guard Dominic Pooney, you probably heard about him already. Dominic can play anywhere in the line. They're probably going to put him on the inside. He played outside in college as a tackle, but he's probably going to play inside. And possibly, this guy's pretty big and he's kind of mean. Jake Brendel needs to be careful for a couple of guys that are coming on the roster this year. Because as you know, Jake got knocked off his butt a few times last year by bigger and tougher and meaner nose tackles. Wake Forest safety. It's Malik who I was talking about. Mustafa. You know, remember how we were worried about every now and then we'd see look at Talanoa. I still love Talanoa. I don't want to lose his job, but anybody in stretch of imagination. But the thing is, Talanoa would whiff on a few tackles every now and then. You'd see him whirl around the guy like you ever play horseshoes? Watch how the horseshoe goes around the mark and slide. We've seen Talik Hufanga do that a few times. I don't think Malik is going to have this problem. We'll see. He ain't playing with the big boys yet. We'll see. But this boy hits hard. I can't talk about, don't get me started talking about running back Isaac Orindo. Man. Oh, man. Just who was that we were talking about the other day? I was talking to somebody here called in and says, yeah, our running backs don't seem to bounce off and hit holes that are forming in front of them. Gorindo does. Over and over and over and over. His vision is quick, and he's quick. He processes quickly. So therefore, that's what's going to make him even more dangerous. And then, of course, round 4, wide receiver Jacob Cowing, speed. You see, these are the elements that we haven't had a lot of, you know. Kyle looks at the Super Bowl and the championship games and everything else we're doing. He makes assessments. He makes up his mind after he gets all pissed off on the sideline. And you can see he came into the conference room with the other guys to talk about what they're going to do. Well, I know one thing. I'm not getting beat deep this year, and I'm going to have guys out there that can run route and get open. Because right now, since Brock Purdy is going to be the kind of guy Kyle's going to build on, we're going to throw the ball a little more now than we used to. You can see that coming already. So that's why now the emphasis is now being put on wide receivers that can get the job done. This is why I'm thinking Debo might actually be out. And I was thinking maybe, come on, man. They're not getting rid of Debo. Yeah, they might. Also, round 6, guard Jared Kingston. We'll see about Jared. I hope he works out, though, because we got a number of linemen. Too many of them are coming in undrafted free agency, but still, we'll find out. And also Tatum Bethune, Florida State linebacker. Hopefully he makes the team. He's a 7th-round pick, which is always good luck, because look at JJ. But JJ and Debo, I'm a little concerned about. If Ricky works out, 49ers are going to try to save money between those two guys. I could be wrong. Bring up a point. Give me a point against it. Okay. 49ers have several roster spots at UDFA's Tanner Mordecai. His name is Mordecai. I like it. Michigan center Drake Nugent, who possibly could be. Drake Nugent is one of the best centers in the game. He's kind of light, though, in college ranks. He was kind of light, though, for pro football, but he was one of the best in the college ranks from Michigan. Cody Schrader, another running back. You know, our running back room I got to feel it's going to change. Clearly, Warindo is going to make that running back room. Who's going to be the odd man out, man? Kyle likes it. I think it's going to be Mason. And as much as we want to see Mason play, I think he's in trouble. And Bill, you'll love it. Tariq Owens. We picked up a legacy, baby, just for you. I love the way they talk about his running. He runs a lot like his dad. Huge, a big gate jamming down the field. They say Tariq is faster than his dad was at this same age. You and I both know Tariq Owens can move. If his boy is faster, you know what? Don't think about it a minute. Are you faster than your dad? My dad can run. I can beat him. Way back when we used to have them foot races all the time. I wouldn't beat him by a whole lot, but that dad could jam. Sometimes he'd call me back. You know what? I'm a little tight. Come on back. Let's try it again. Dad, I'm ready to eat now. Come on, man. Daddy and Mason Pline, everybody's talking about him. Southern Mississippi offensive lineman Bryson Mays, and also Evan Anderson, the big nose tackle. Fam, we haven't got time to talk about all these people today. Give me your fourth round assessments. Briefly go over some things you want to go outside of that, and we'll be okay. All right? I mean, I got a feeling we made some hits. I made big hits. Matty X out of Uber X
Yeah,
Overland.
buddy.
Matty, talk about it. Get into these. Get into the third round.
Buddy.
Yesterday's picks. But anything else you want to add? Go right ahead. Let it loose.
I don't know. I was just kind of listening to you talk there, and you kind of hit on Debo, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
now that we've seen everything play out, I could see where you're coming with on that. Trying to save some money.
Yeah.
That kind of scares me, but at the same time, as much as I hate to say it, man, I'd rather see him go than Ayuk.
Well, you can rest assured, between the two of them, Ayuk's not leaving. So you figure, like I said,
Yeah.
Ricky can do all those things. Ricky could be a decent Z receiver
Yeah.
if Ayuk should get
absolutely.
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Debo. What's it going to do, D? Okay, go ahead.
But then where does he go? Like, where do we send him? Like, are we going to try to send him off for a couple picks from Robert Saleh? See if we can get something from him. Like, I don't know. I feel like we should trade him to someone we don't have to see often.
It won't happen until mid-season, though. Debo's safe for now, I think. Because the way people are looking at it now, we can afford to keep everybody, and it's an incredible arsenal of weapons now, right? So you don't want to do anything
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
unnecessarily. So if Debo's looking good at the beginning of the season, he'll get hurt. I mean, Matty, I hate to say it, but you and I both know Debo will get hurt. It won't take about a few weeks.
Sick. Oh, yeah. Crushing me, man. That just crushes my heart.
It does. Because like you and me both, I love Debo, man. I really do.
Dude, we need to stay healthy.
Well, we'll find
I
out.
mean, that's probably not. Yeah. But as far as what we got, man, like I'm excited to see if old Ronaldo Green. I'm excited to see if he's anything, man, because it takes a lot of talent to go out there and be a cornerback.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, especially with some of these dudes we play against.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say it, but people like Cooper Kupp, man. I mean, as much as I hate LA, I mean he's hard to guard, man. Like you're gonna have to be on your game with that guy.
Yeah.
So
and as I say, he's not as bad as Puka. Puka's, Puka. I don't know if they're running him out. Puka is the Z. You still got Cooper coming on the slot, so Demo's gonna have to deal with him anyway. But we'll see.
Somebody in the chat saying trade Debo to Miami. I can see it.
I can see them taking up on that offer too. I don't know what they would give up though. The 49ers are still going to sit tight on. Well, if you read an offer that blows us away, we'll take it. Well, Kyle, John, are you going to loan him or are you going to clown around? What if you don't get anything? You're going to let him walk?
Seriously.
But he's on contract for 2 more years.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, I think 2 more seasons, right?
That sounds about right, but with the way he's spending money, he's going to need another contract. I saw a video the other day of like him walking around his house and showing his cars, and I'm like, dude, the way you're spending money, you're going to be one of those broke asses at the end of your career, bro.
I know,
like,
right?
You need to just stop.
Make some investments. You
it.
got paid a $2,000-$4,000 change you're walking around with. That's uncalled for, man. Come on, man. Grow up.
When I see shit like that, man, all it says to me is, tell me you grow up poor without telling me you grew up poor.
There's a lot of kids like that.
And I'm not making fun of that at all.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You need to have somebody to come in, get a financial advisor or something. Don't be an idiot.
I could retire on the 2 Lamborghinis he's got, dude.
You know what? Maybe he got those for an investment.
I mean, really, though.
They don't depreciate much.
Not a ton. Some of them don't. But, dude, he was like looked like he had a couple Range Rovers and then like a couple Lambos, and there was like 8 cars in there, and I'm like, dude, that's like $5 million in cars, bro. Like, come on, man, that's more than your house.
You and I both know I need 2, and maybe a recreational vehicle. I need 2 or 3 cars maximum, and I'm still thinking I got too many cars. No matter which one I have, even if they go in, I got to service this one this month, man. Damn it.
When you got to insure them all.
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah.
Can you imagine that insurance bill?
No.
Dude,
I can't.
Anyways, man, we got off on a tangent. Yeah, I just hope he's good with his money. But yeah, just I kind of looking at because I wanted to like have some. I'm not really notes. I'm just looking at who he picked up so I could refresh my mind. But like, what do you think about Dominic? What is it, Pooney? What do you think about that guy?
Yeah, our offensive lineman. I think. I hopefully he's not being overrated so far. It sounds like he's solid. We can put him into spots. We can move people around where we don't want them. You don't have to have Burford in the guard spot.
Yeah.
You can put him in the guard spot. Put Burford out in the tackle. If he can beat out McKivitz, which I don't know if that's possible or not either, but the thing is, you don't have to force guys to play positions they're playing out of position. You can go ahead and put him in the guard spot. So, yeah.
Well, and if he's as good as we hope he is, man, he's got some good teammates to learn from too. So hopefully he can sharpen the tools, sharpen the tools in the belt, before the season, because you got old man Trent to help him out.
Yeah.
You got all these guys to help, pick the brains on and like watch their moves and just see how everything. I don't know. It seems like it's a good situation for people if you really want to come in and learn some stuff. We got the guys to teach.
I mean, you guys have been in championship games year after year after year.
Yeah,
definitely do.
Yeah.
Well, Matty, let's go ahead and pull up. I'm going to be back later on in the week, probably Tuesday. Yeah. And because we got developments going on right and left now. All right, Matty, good to hear from you.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can get back in Tuesday. I'm trying to plan a trip. I don't know, man. I was going to go to Nebraska to see my daughter graduate college, but there's a lot of tornadoes there right now, so I'm trying to figure out if maybe I shouldn't go.
Yeah, because the weather's, we're getting these weird heat patterns. It could tornadoes could be forming all. Yes. Okay, be careful with that.
Well, they're right down the interstate. I was going to drive down. I'm like, I don't know, man. Pick my truck up, carry me away.
Yeah, remind me of those movies.
49er Matt out.
With those guys, those tornado chasers, where they're filming that stuff like they've lost their mind. Why would you do that? And I'm sitting there watching what's going on, the violence that's going on. I mean, nature's fury is just going nuts, and the guy's still filming and getting all excited. What the hell are you doing? Make it the hell out of there! Drive!
Oh,
Woo!
Oh, bro.
Matty, make a good decision.
All right, buddy.
All right, talk to you a little later.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Matty.
All right, buddy. Good night, man.
Night. Yeah, wait a minute. I don't doubt Pooney's solid. I hope he is, because the 49ers seem to really be confident about him. Well, it's a big show. Get it.
What's up, Ronbo?
Show, man.
Cars are the absolute worst investment you can ever do in your entire life.
Wait, which one? Cars.
Yes,
because of depreciation and everything else. The insurance, like year after year.
Yeah, unless you're an avid car collector, then then you're screwed. Yeah, well, that's like the worst financial investment you could ever make.
And I mean, everybody's learned that early on. I mean, unless you're a collector, like you mentioned.
People haven't learned that by now, then he should go retake a finances course on how to invest money.
Or pay that money to hire somebody to give you some pointers. Don't just go spending money wildly. God.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. But I totally agree with you that our running back room is going to change. I think both potentially Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason are out because Elijah can't stay healthy, and Kyle obviously doesn't trust Jordan Mason with his fumbling issues. That's why we drafted Isaiah Guerrero, and also we signed Patrick Taylor, don't forget, who's really good. From Green Bay.
What is he, 6'1", 6? That's a big running back. Understand he's a good pass protector, though. And from that, I says, he's probably not going anywhere. A good point.
Yeah. So I think our running back room is going to be Guerrero, CMC, Patrick Taylor, and Cody Schrader.
Yeah. Schrader is getting good grades, too. They're going to have to come in and beat people out. They've been in the game a while, but we'll see.
Oh, Elijah and Jordan Mason are definitely easily beatable, given that their statuses have been... Their status is up in the air right now, honestly. Elijah's made of glass. And number two, Jordan Mason is obviously in the doghouse and can't be trusted.
Pass protection. Was that you said he can't pass protect very well? And apparently they don't want to throw him the ball either. So I don't know what okay.
No, and as far as wide receiver room goes, we drafted two wide receivers clearly because we're going to keep Ayuk for one more year. I don't think we pay him $30 million a year because we have to pay Brock $50 million. He's going to keep counting and
JJ.
Ricky Pearsall. And JJ's gone too as well.
Yeah.
And
He's gonna
Debo's
get
probably
offers
on his
anyway.
way out because he's becoming very expensive and less productive each year, not living up to his contract expectations. And we have a lot of free agents that are going to be gone next year, Ronbo, and that they're all on defense. And we know how we value defense more over than Debo and or Ayuk. So I think we allocate that money towards them bringing the defense back.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than paying Ayuk $30 million a year. If they wanted to sign him, they would have signed him already. I mean,
I know, right?
they're obviously too far apart on a price, and
Yeah.
they can't come to an agreement. And it just sounds like he's not going to be here next year.
And
we have to prepare ourselves for that.
And one thing too, the 49ers drafted offensive players like you like a lot. Free agency was a
right
draft. Yeah, so you're right. That's a sign right there too. That they're trying to play and not babies. They got guys. Garindo's, I think he's coming close to 24.
Yeah. So, it just sounds like to me that they're just keeping Ayuk one more year for Brock for development further, to develop him further. And Brock even said himself that he's thankful for what Ayuk did for his career twice in two press conferences, one in an interview and one in a press conference.
So,
he thanked him for what he did for his career, and it sounds like to me that Brock knows that he might be on his way out.
No. I think Ayuk, the chemistry between those two. So do you remember that?
Oh, Ronbo, he even stated that he trusts Kyle and John, whoever he brings in here too. So
he did, but you know they also know. Kyle and John also know. Don't mess with anything that's not broken. Do you remember that one game we had when Ayuk ran between those two defenders? He hadn't even looked up yet. He turns to his left, spins away from those two idiots trying to defend him, and the ball was waiting for. Oh my God, that is a magic that only happens when the receiver and the quarterback are as one. He's not going anywhere. So I would bet any amount of money Ayuk's not going anywhere.
Ronbo, Tyreek Hill got traded. A.J. Brown got traded. And Devontae Adams got traded. A.J. Brown got traded. Patrick Mahomes was fine with them. No. Patrick Mahomes was fine with Tyreek Hill getting traded. Look at how far he's gone.
Okay, but
he
you know
doesn't
what?
care.
Here's the thing. Unless Pearsall comes in and just lights things up, why would you? So what are you going to do for a Z receiver?
Pearsall can do the same exact thing Brandon Ayuk can. Why does it make sense for them to keep two?
Okay, but if I could compare between the two, I can.
Where is this money coming from? Where is this money coming from? I would like to know. Do we have a money tree somewhere?
You're going to have to make a move on something next year because there's nobody getting paid this year, right? Next year's show, you can make these moves. Right now, you keep that gun loaded with every last bullet you got. Ayuk's not going anywhere.
Ronbo, you're getting your emotions. No, you're getting the emotions in the way of
emotions of
you gotta
winning.
Stop that.
Winning.
No, they're not. These are not closers that we have, Ronbo.
This year
they're not closers.
Cannot be the year.
They've been here with us for over 4 years, and they're not closers, and they have shown that we cannot win the Super Bowl with these guys. When are you going to wake up and realize that?
I can add to it. I'm saying don't take away from
it. It doesn't matter if we added to it. We added to it already this past season. Look where it's gotten us. We didn't win a Super Bowl.
You know Debo's not going to stay out there. He's not going to stay out there. Pearsall's going to get his burn this year. That'll prove that he is number 2. Ayuk will probably number 1. I don't see him outplaying Ayuk like you do. That's just I don't see that. Not yet.
Like I said, he will learn behind Ayuk for a year, and then Ayuk is out of here this year. After this year.
You got it. We're on. Show says Ayuk's out here this year. I say there's no way in hell.
After this year, I said.
All right.
So, all right. Take care, fam.
All right, fam.
Talk to everyone. All right. Good night.
Show's topic is perfect. We ran out of time. I love arguing with Show. I love having these kind of deals going on with Show, Charles, and other people that just swear they got this guy. I don't think so. Lorenzo!
Hey, yo, Ronbo. What's
Lorenzo, man, we're sitting back here. Lorenzo, we're getting started. People know who's leaving. People know who's staying. Lorenzo, Ayuk, Debo, Pearsall. I'm telling you right now, Debo, who's leaving?
I don't think anyone's leaving as far.
Not this year for sure.
No, not this year. I bet probably Debo next year. Because you get a little more relief next year, and Ayuk will be so. I think Ayuk is better than and this new guy. We'll see how he pans out. They're getting ready to get rid of somebody. Yeah, and Debo, he's getting. He's always injured. He's good. I mean, don't get me. I love Debo.
I do too. I would not want to trade him if we didn't have to. I would not. Oh, no.
But it seems like we got some pretty good speed coming in,
A lot.
I mean even running backs. That running back, I think it's the fastest one coming in, right? 4.3.
It's all
4.33.
Yes, the running back from the 4.3. I got Collins. Yeah. Oh man, I got Ricky. Yeah. These guys all move.
Yeah. We haven't had that since Mostert,
Yeah. Now you got 2 or 3 Mosterts. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You can just see the 49ers are moving in a different direction than what they were.
Yeah, I've just been listening to everybody whine in the past few days. What the hell?
It'll continue.
All I know is I'm talking shit all the way to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl every year since they've been on, except the one. So.
Yep.
And I like, and then last year, well, hey, what the hell, There's too many ways you could have won,
Well, you know what?
It didn't happen. It's not that you can't, I mean, you had the Greenlaw injury was huge.
Yeah, and also, we lost Greenlaw, and also, the thing is, Kyle went and got speed. Snead took Debo out of the game, so now you just got Ayuk and anybody else in JJ, and that's why JJ had such a great day, because he couldn't find Debo. Debo was covered like a blanket. Spagnolia's defense was perfect. He knew his team wasn't going to be able to get a lot of points against the 49ers, but he said, if I take Debo out of the equation, if we can keep McCaffrey a bit under control, we can still win this game with a small score. And damn it worked. And it shouldn't have worked.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that right tackle works out. Pretty big, 6'5", 320. That's a pretty big boy there,
Oh yeah, how do we pronounce his name? Yeah, I hope so too, because offensive line, everybody was crying about that the whole time. So he needs to work out.
Put him in the weight room.
Dominic,
I bet he comes up.
Yeah, he hasn't given him any sacks the last 2 years.
Yeah, he didn't give up any. Yeah, he hadn't give up any sacks in forever. So yeah, hopefully he pans out, and we'll see what happens. I trust in these guys. If it wasn't for some freak, like everybody's bitch, they can't close. Okay, you can't help the Brock Purdy fucking injury. I mean, come on, you're being a little bit criticizing for that one,
And it's not one player. It's just
one
player. A lot of people think it's one player. It's not one. It's a combination, usually.
Yeah, I was going to get rid of, go in here and do the whole, let's get rid of Kyle, let's get rid of everybody and start over. Those guys that didn't go through the dark ages with us. I mean, God damn, we went through some, 2002 to, till Harbaugh. And that was just like a couple years. Mm-hmm. And then the drought from there to, oh man, that was terrible. I don't care if we're in Super Bowl. Yeah, you're going to win one of them,
You can't be in 3 and lose all 3. It's embarrassing. So,
Yeah.
But we have little episodes in each one, because we didn't lose any of those Super Bowls. We didn't get our ass kicked or handed to us in any one of those games. Except the one in 2019 got away, but in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah. And I'd rather be a Niners fan and not win the Super Bowl the way we're doing than one of them fucking Cowboy fans,
How embarrassing. And they're going to look bad this year, too, I got a feeling. They didn't make any adjustments. Yeah. Unless they got another player. I can't imagine what that's going to be.
Yeah, so, I'm hearing all this little chatter, Green Bay fan, whatever. You got time for that. We'll be there in the end again, I bet you. I bet you we're there then again,
No, I do too.
No.
Lorenzo, no matter what anybody says about Shanahan and Lynch, they actually know how to run a football team. I know people. Yeah. I'm not going to sit up there talking about Kyle Shanahan. No. You understand. To get where they get is a damn near a miracle. How many teams have been that far for 4 years in a row?
Not many.
Or listen, 4 out of 5. That ain't easy.
Was it who's out? Buffalo. Buffalo with the four
Yeah.
in a row.
You can count.
Oh no, they went to four. They lost all four. Yeah.
The Chiefs,
yeah,
Buffalo,
Yeah.
49ers. Have the Eagles done this?
But
Anyway,
they give us our best shot, I think.
I'm thinking about the teams
I think
that-
they give us our best shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking about teams that dominate the NFL right now. There's certain teams every year that are always in the picture for the last 5 years. The Rams fizzled out the last couple of years, but even last year they competed. So,
Yeah.
since that Super Bowl. So, you can count on one hand how many teams are just running around. Yeah, Lamar Jackson and company, they fizzled out the year before last. The Chiefs have been there all the time, but there's a few teams that are always there. The Cowboys seem to joke about getting there, and it takes them one playoff game and they can say goodnight. So
Yeah. Better than a bye, I always say about them,
Oh,
Yeah, it's been good. I just been a Pipe fan and say, hey, I'm happy with these guys, But we've been fans since over 40 years now,
see, and the 49ers have had a lot done in 40 years. And as I say, we need one more Super Bowl to be amongst the elite in the NFL. There's just one. Not like a lot of teams. Got a long uphill climb to catch up. We got one game to catch up with the Steelers and the Patriots. That's it. And after that, it's a race to who is the best of all time.
Every day we got two more to catch up with Brady. Yeah, I think.
Well, Brady individually, yeah, Brady's got. God, he's 7, and he was responsible for all of them. God damn. Well, no. Wait a minute. I made a mistake because I've argued with Patriot fans about that. When every time I get a Joe Montana exchange with Patriot fans, man, you guys are just feeling yourself on that Montana versus Brady, man. That's not even close. What? Let me tell you. And then I get into my argument about Joe carried the team on those Super Bowls. He didn't throw INTs. He did all the things I can think of that make Joe Montana a superior quarterback to Tom Brady. And I'm not going to move from that. But Brady still has 7 rings. Damn it.
Yeah, he still got 7 rings, and he beat Montana to 100. The fastest to 100. I think by 10 games. It was it was kind of crazy. Like, wow.
But he played longer than Joe. Joe got hit.
Yeah.
Went back in the game when the rules didn't protect the quarterback. They bent Joe up like a pretzel every chance they got. He'd get him, keep on throwing touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I'll defend Joe forever.
Yeah.
So we got to go. But tell you what, I'll be back middle of the week. All right, looking for you. Good to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah. Have a good night.
All right, babe. Night. Oh, Tribe. I'm itching to throw you out, Tribe. I don't like you. I don't appreciate your dumb takes. Guys, if you find something he breaks any of the policy rules, just copy and post it where I can see it. I will get him out of here. Oh, my God. Hey, Aaron.
Ronbo.
Aaron, man, we're how you feel about what's taking place here, especially that last day of picks? You know how we do our best work in day 3. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so the first pick was Ricky Pearsall. I believe he's going to be the replacement for Deebo Samuel, but also he could get a little burned because Deebo get hurt. Well, not a lot, but like often because he'll miss like some games, like maybe 3. So
I wonder what his average is over the last 3-4 years. When he's in there, we are set. But when he's not in there, that creates a problem. If Pearsall's as tough as he appears to be, Pearsall takes some serious. Watch a few tapes. Pearsall gets nailed. He doesn't seem to have muscle issues where they pull up and strain all the time. But he gets beat up. And he's still playing. And playing at a high level. We'll see.
yeah, like even when Pearsall takes a hit, like he's still tough as nails. So, but I I think I think he Pearson may not be as physical as Debo, but
Oh no, he's not.
I
Not.
think
A few people
yeah,
are.
but I think but I think Pearson is a better wide receiver in terms of route running than Debo.
Oh
So,
yeah. Well, but I mean, it's not even close. Exactly. And he's faster than Debo too. You know, that's a lot. But he doesn't do what
yeah,
Debo does, Aaron. And this is the thing for those of us that are making that comparison. Remember one thing: what Debo does, nobody else in the NFL does. Maybe Marcus. Maybe Big Henry, but that's a running back. Debo does that as a wide receiver.
but yeah, and there were some other picks I like, in day 2 and day 3. So I trust Kyle and John because they usually build through the draft.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Aaron. What was that last thing you said?
Yeah, I say I trust. I
I
say
trust
I like the
Kyle and yeah, John. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They just got to get it done. And funny thing about it, it won't be them in particular. They'll put those guys out there in position to get it done, and we'll see fails. We see players fail a lot, and you can't lay that all on the coach. If I coach that kid up, I get him out there, and he does something stupid. That's not necessarily my fault, because he knows better and why he did what he did. The coach has to throw his hands up in the air. And you've seen Kyle go nuts on the sideline. That's when I know what that dude, knucklehead, just did, that was not part of the plan. So that's why I get mad at the players as much as I get mad at Shanahan. People lay it all on Shanahan, but I don't. You know? It's like Aaron, if you were coaching a baseball team, all right, I got my pitcher out there doing the best he can. He ain't throwing nothing but strikes, hitting the corners and everything, best pitches. He hits the ball down to shortstop, and the shortstop muffs the ball. I don't know if I want to go out there and take my pitcher out of the game or get that shortstop out of there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you got to know where to drive the rage. That's. Oh. And if you played ball, you know. You look at your own teammate. Damn, what the hell, man? We went over that how many times? You don't say it to him because it's not. You don't want to start a fight with your own teammate, but still.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I totally agree with it because, and maybe Pearsall could learn from Debo. So, we'll
Yeah,
see.
well, they're two different style players. Pearsall's going to learn more from
Yeah,
Brandon Ayuk.
yeah. I think Ayuk and Pearsall used to play together in
They
college.
did. And if anything, their games resemble each other more than. There's not many players that resemble Debo. Aaron, that's why I don't want to see him go. Debo is a special player. He may not be the greatest wide receiver in the world as that position is defined, but give him the ball just beyond the line of scrimmage on a slant and just sit back out the way. Man, and out in open space, I don't know if there's a better player in the NFL in open space than Debo as a wide receiver.
Yeah, and also I'm also surprised the 49ers didn't draft defensive linemen.
No, I think their plan was to get as many defensive people as they could, free agency, and go ahead and work on offense this year. So I think that was by design. Could be wrong, but I think that's pretty much what they were doing. Aaron, let's call. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna see you Tuesday, and there's gonna be a lot brewing between now and then. So let's see what happens next. I'll be back to see you then.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Night, Aaron. Always appreciate you.
Take care, fam.
You too. Thanks.
Ronbo, what's up?
I thought about you yesterday. As soon as Tariq signed, I said, he's got one of the kids from our legendary ball players, Bill, Tariq. But you wanted the Rice kid.
I'll put it like this. He went where he needed to go. Because, to be honest, if he balls out, I want him balling out where the Kansas City Chiefs are so that they can rough up Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's a perfect fit for Jerry Rice's son. You know, I was real upset we didn't get him, but he went where he needed to go, and I was happy for him. Congratulations. You didn't want to be a Niner, Brendan Rice. I heard about that in the end, and I'm like, what? I didn't know about that.
Wait, Bill. Is that right? Brendan wanted. Yeah, he did not want to go to the San Francisco 49ers? I didn't know about this.
He didn't want to go to the Niners because he didn't want to follow in his father's footsteps. He wants to create his own legacy.
You know what? I just realized something. They do get to choose where they can. If they get several different calls, it's their choice. They're free agents. You're right.
But he was drafted. He was drafted by Harbaugh, so he's actually in a better fit. I heard that on a podcast. I'm not putting that person out. I heard that. I don't know how true that is.
Okay.
But, you know, I did hear that, and he's there. So if he balls out and he gives Patrick Mahomes a hard time, and he goes good like his dad, and he lives up to his dad's expectations, only thing he'll be missing is the rings.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know,
you want to follow under your dad's footsteps. You don't want the Super Bowl rings. Well, congratulations. Do us a favor. Beat up on the Chiefs for a little bit. So if we do meet them in the Super Bowl, they'll be licking their wounds this time, and we'll get them.
No, wait a minute.
We'll catch them off.
Bill, you got me confused here. What do you mean beat up on the Chiefs? He's playing for them.
No, he's playing for the Chargers.
See, I was about to ask. I hadn't been paying any attention to Brendan. I knew he got picked up. I didn't know where he went. I thought you said he went to the Chiefs. I said, he went to the Chiefs? Nah, I should have known better. That's right. Wait. I do remember. Yes, Harbaugh picked him up. And I remember when I read that, I says, Harbaugh must be doing Jerry a favor. They must be tight.
Yeah, we take care of our hard work. So if we meet him again and we do go to the Super Bowl, I can pretty much roll the dice that the Chiefs are going to make it back. And I don't ask me how I know. I just know.
No, I didn't.
But I can pretty much roll the dice if Rice makes it and he roughs them up where the defense has to, constantly be on the field to try to stop Rice, and he's always getting those big touchdowns, and Mahomes has to work extra overtime, and he ended up getting hurt. I'm not trying to worse injury in nobody, but, he ended up having a knee injury or his arm's hurting for throwing too much, and he ends up meeting the Niners, and, we can make it back and beat him. I don't mind for a rematch, Ronbo, and beat him up again.
No, ready now.
Even the rest. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all need to quit worrying about Deebo Samuel and Brendan Ayuk being gone. That's not happening.
Ayuk's definitely
These guys are the fans of somebody else. The only thing you need to worry about of one person going is Jawan Jennings.
Yeah. I've sort of come to grips with that. He is, damn it.
Yeah, that's the one.
By the way, wait, hey, Bill, Tim Sutton says Rice said on Keyshawn that he wanted to be a Raider. Okay. I can believe that.
Okay, well, he's a Charger.
Still beating up on Mahomes. You want to be in that division still, so you're still right.
Mm-hmm. Terrell Owens' son, he could probably be just as good as his father, if not. Sometimes one guy did mention to me earlier today when I spoke with him, he said sometimes the legacy players, like he was pointing out that Rice could not be as good as Owens' son. Owens' son could just be as good as Rice.
I can see that.
So what if we got the better player?
Well, you got to wait and see. You can't say just yet. John likes him.
That's a good. Like I said, Ronbo, I just wouldn't watch and sit back and just chill and just scratch my head and watch the Taylor Swift and the Chiefs cry as they have to fight to get back to a three-peat. And when they do, hopefully they beat us. And I like to see the Taylor Swift tears as the Niners hoist that Lombardi trophy.
Bill, you know what? I'm going to be mad at the Bills all season long. I knew right now. What's his name? Xavier doesn't run. All he runs is go routes. But see, they got another guy who can run a go route on the other side. They only needed. Now you got Mahomes with those guys streaking downfield. The safety could no longer play up close to the box. Now what you've done, you've created room for Travis Kelce to get crazy. Oh, never going to forget the Bills. Don't give them any help. It's too late. It's too damn late.
A lot could happen between now and then for the Chiefs and the Chargers. There's no reason to sweat on the Chiefs. I think by the time we get them, if we meet them in the Super Bowl, they're going to be licking their wounds, and we're going to have our way with them. Ronbo, I've dreamed it up. And when I dream it up, it comes true.
Is that right?
Revenge is going to happen, Ronbo. I never said that before.
I think Burrow's and company are going to knock them off anyway. There's no way they're going. The Chiefs are not. They're going to be in the hunt, of course, because that's what they do.
Sometimes the referees dictate the game, Ronbo, and they would love good marketing for the Niners and the Chiefs, and this time Purdy getting his redemption.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. Don't you think, Ronbo?
I do, and I know Purdy's going to be better this year than he was last year. Even as we speak, he's getting down off of that big tractor, and he's working on his game. You know what? Because he couldn't work on his game last year, and he looked as good as he did. He's out rehabbing all season long, and now, look out, NFL. Oh, my boy BP will be ready.
Just be excited, be stoked this off season. Don't worry about those Kansas City cockroaches.
Queefs.
Don't worry about the Taylor Swifties and all that. Don't worry about that, Ronbo. They're going to be crying at the end of this coming Super Bowl.
Okay,
Let them have their one ticket of fame.
Can I quote you on that? I will do, and I love it.
Redemption is going to be bittersweet, and I want a Niners shout-out and keep the faith.
Big Bill. See you in the middle of the week, Bill.
Let them have their moment. Have a nice night.
You too. I do not appreciate what happened to the Chiefs in that draft at all. 49 O'Brien, get in there, man.
Chiefs are a pack of chumps.
Because you saw we have a Chief fan in here. Chief fan, I got to remind you, don't spam though. All right, I don't care about you being in here.
Yeah, quit you spamming, Chrissy Everett. Get your head out of your butt.
And by the way, let me say this now while there's a few people in here. Listen, guys, especially from out of town or rival teams, there's 3 girls I better not catch you saying anything derogatory towards the gender. That's Kim, that's Nikita, and that's Sharice. If you do, this is your only warning. I will boot you. Okay? So just let you know. My guys, they can take care of themselves. Go ahead and do what you want to do. You'll only get your own feelings hurt. But you will leave the girls alone. All right, Brian, go ahead, man. Brian? Did we lose Brian? Brian? Oh, no. Brian, does he even get back in it? Is this line still lit? Brian. No, we just lost him. Okay. Hey, Charles. I know Charles. I know exactly what he's delighted about. Charles, get in there, man.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, I'm laughing because there's already speculation about Renardo Green. And I said, Charles is going to love him some Renardo Green. Watch.
Oh, yeah. When we drafted him, I said, oh, yeah, we got a dog. We got a dog with speed and agility. And that's something that, I'm not going to ever call in and talk about the girls, the 3 girls you were talking about. But I will talk about somebody who plays like a girl. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that. Charles, I'm telling you right now, if Ronaldo comes in and beats out my boy Debo, I'm going to owe you 100 apologies. I tell you what, man. Green is tough.
Look, either him or the guy we drafted last year is going to beat him out because
Luda Jr.?
They're just better, man. They're just better. I mean, the defensive coordinator that we brought in, I mean, they're not going to deal with Demo. They're not going to deal with Thomas. I mean, I don't know why.
I agree with you on Ambry.
I don't know why Shanahan is keeping these scrubs on the squad, man. I mean,
they didn't have anything else. You got to keep a certain few. You got a certain amount of bodies. You got to keep.
They didn't want anything else. They didn't want anything else.
Look, they drafted a lot so they must have wanted some of these guys. Everything they got is a thumper. Renardo. Malik Mustafa. These guys are all put your lights out kind of hitters. 49ers, they went out and got some dudes hurt. Tatum Bethune. Yeah, these guys, they made business. We can stop people from running. And when they get up off the ground, they're going to think about running through here again. I like this.
Oh yeah, man. You know that wide receiver we picked up in the 4th round, that 5'8" running back. I mean, a 5'8" wide receiver.
Guarindo. When you talk about you Isaac Guarindo, he's a running back. Round 4 out of Louisville.
No, I'm talking about the wide receiver, the second wide receiver we picked up.
Oh, Jacob Cowing. I'm sorry. He's not heavy. He can run.
Man, man, he is. Oh my God, you talking about, man? That kid is by himself. He can take over a football game by himself.
Well, he'll get
I mean, he is awesome, man. You know, you can see in watching his game tape, you can see how his game is going to be able to parlay over to the NFL. I mean, it's going to be. I'm so excited to see him play. You know, I know he's gonna get some. He's gonna get some catch. He's probably gonna get about 4 or 5 catches a game. He's gonna turn it out, man. You know, nobody's gonna be expecting him, and he's gonna turn. Man, yeah, I can't wait. Having the 2 wide receivers we picked up, I can't wait to see them play. And they're really gonna stretch the field for us. So I'm grateful for that. But you know, I'm happy that the only thing I'm really sore about is the left tackle, the right tackle. I mean, I was really hoping we pick up another athletic tackle, tough athletic tackle that can step in, and because the guys that we have as backups, man, they're horrible. John Lynch is talking about how he's satisfied with
they
what we have.
They always say that every year. They said that last year.
Garbage, man. I mean, the guys that we have, they're guards. And they know they're guards. They're soft guards.
Their arms are too short. You cannot play tackle with 32-inch arms.
Yes.
So
I mean, they had. You remember they had Il Manning? They had Il Manning. He was playing. I'm like, now Il Manning. He was playing right tackle, second string or third string right tackle, and he was doing good. But I mean, he's short and his arms are short. He's a better fit for a guard. But I mean, he was. He's a better fit at guard than the guys that we had, you know, the second string, the third string. I mean, it's horrible. To go from Trent Williams to the guys that we have backing up, it's oh my God, it's embarrassing.
Charles, don't compare anybody with Trent. You know, there's never going to be on this team. Trent Williams wasn't. Joe Stanley wasn't as good as Trent Williams. We have maybe one of the best the game's ever seen at left tackle. So we're not going to get that again. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm worried about it already, too.
But the thing that you should do, you should bring in at least 2 tackles and let him groom them. That's what should happen.
I know.
He's going to be off the team in about a year or 2. Bring in 2 tackles, you know, let him groom them. Let them see what excellence looks like. Hard work looks like, dedication looks like, and then they can step in. I mean, but the guys that we have, they're guards. I mean, all of them are guards.
Charles,
horrible, man.
And Charles, here's a worse thing about to add to that misery you're talking about. Next year, the 49ers are probably going to make it to the playoffs again. You know what that means, don't you? That means if you're going to draft up to get a worthwhile tackle, you're going to have to trade up. You can't find one past 25. So now you got to use all kind of assets to get up to the top of the draft to pick up a guy like Alt. There was no way to pick him up. I mean, 49ers would have been butt naked after that. We got one guy out of the draft. We got how many? We ain't got nothing else. Not another pick. So it just really makes it rough.
Yeah.
Unless you accidentally stumble upon one somehow.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't even try in the. They don't even try in the first round. I mean, the guy that we picked up in the first round for the 31st pick. I mean, we didn't have to pick him. They have more types like him. Later on in the round. I mean, I wish we would have picked up the guy that got drafted, the quarterback the wide receiver that got drafted after him, the one from I think he was from South Carolina.
I know about Leggett, man. A.J. Brown Jr.
Man, you talk about Burt, man. I was looking at his highlights. I said, man, what? How did we not pick him up? I mean, what was it? Dude, I'm just
okay. Charles, I can answer that for you. Kyle's looking at route running. Leggett doesn't run. He doesn't run routes like Ricky does. Kyle wants you to get loose. He doesn't want you out there battling with the defender. He wants you to be able to get loose on them plays, those timing routes and things like that he likes to throw.
Man, that dude is A.J. Brown, but he's faster because he has an acceleration to him. He has an acceleration to him that is awesome.
I wanted him. I did too. I agree, but
I'm like,
but I know why they did what they did though, because they figured Ricky could get loose. Kyle loves. What did Kyle say? Yeah, he kind of reminds me of myself. Kyle, what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Kyle said he looks like he did when he was back at school. I got to go find some tape of Kyle Shanahan playing football. I've never seen him play.
He was a scrub, man. He wasn't he was a scrub.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. But you know what? But you know what was I about to say? I mean, I hate how I know. Sometimes we get guys like Danny. We were talking about what's his last name? Danny Gray.
Yeah.
And their attitude is not right. They're not. He don't feel like they're tough enough, and I don't know. Maybe he's trying to alleviate all that. Some kids from the ghetto, they don't come to the 49ers with the right mindset. Maybe he's trying to make sure he doesn't have those character issues going on. I would have really loved to have drafted Jerry Rice's kid, man. I mean, for us to draft Jerry Rice's kid and make sure he got at least 50 catches a game, I mean, that would have been awesome. I think that would have been the greatest honor, that Kyle Shanahan could have done for 49er fans. Draft him and then mold him,
Charles,
and make it.
I feel your pain on it, but you know what? You can he beat out any guys we have on the team?
Yeah, but he can beat. Oh yes, he can beat out. He can beat out Jennings.
What? Juwan?
Yeah, he can beat out. Well, he don't need to beat anybody out. Just make him the fifth wide receiver and plug him wherever you like to plug him. But I mean, they could have done that, man. They could have figured out a way.
Charles, I just want to make sure I heard you right. You said he could beat out Jennings?
He could have beat out Jennings. He's faster than Jennings. And he's probably just as physical.
Wait, you talk about Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, yeah.
Third in Juwan Jennings, Jerry Rice, his child, who has absolutely zero experience in NFL and is on the fringes of only making the UDFA, go come in and take Juwan Jennings down. Charles?
And he's got longevity. He's got more years. I mean, they're not going to re-sign Jennings. I mean, I love Jennings, man. We wouldn't have had the success that we've had over the past few years without Jennings. And Jennings is awesome. I mean, he's a running back and a wide receiver body. he's great. I mean, some of the catches he's made has gotten us to where we are. But okay. I just, I would have loved for us to find a fit for Jerry Rice's kid. I mean that.
Well, that I feel you on. I do, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I let Ronnie Bell has got on my nerves last year. Well, you know what? We'll see what happens over in Chargerville. What he looks like, because I think I don't know. We'll see. Charles, we got to go.
Well, look,
get back in here Tuesday so we can argue about Demo. I love it.
Okay, all right. Love you, Ronbo. Have a good night.
Love you, fam. Good night, Charles.
Hold on.
He's Jennings.
He's never taken Juwan Jennings' spot ever, Charles.
No, ever, anywhere, in any.
You tell him, Ellis. You tell him, Ellis.
No, there's no. Oh, Charles is joking. All right, 49er Brian's back. Brian, get in here.
Sorry about that, Ronbo.
Okay.
It's raining cats and dogs here. But actually, it's Chrissy Everett's favorite song. It's raining men.
That's good. That was good timing, too.
Hey, we got some good men for our draft, didn't we? I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, they look good right now. And the UDFA, the free agency, I think they addressed some things that needed to be addressed. The 49ers are good troubleshooters now. You don't take a car, you don't need an entire car overhauled. You just need a few parts replaced. And I think that's what we might be doing this year.
And why are you making Big Show cry about everything, Ronbo? What's going on there?
Big Show, you know how much I love Big Show. I'm telling you, he always gets, he says, you're being emotional when you like a certain player. I like him for more than just because I like him.
And he's not being emotional?
I love
him. He's the biggest emotional guy in the chat that calls in all the time. Are you kidding me? Good grief.
This is what the thing is. If you're a kid that had problems at any college or university, you got to go in, and the dean calls you in and says, listen, you're a good ball player, and I'd like to keep you around. Well, listen, policies are policy. Now, if I catch you taking down some girl in the corner again, we're gonna have a problem. Listen, you guys, if you need anything, ask me for money, and we'll get you a room. But stop misbehaving on campus. And that's what I'm saying. You look at certain players, and you're gonna give them a little leeway. I'm not, man. Debo.
Ronbo, you know who I'm really excited about? Who he drafted?
Yeah.
Do you know who?
I'm listening. Yeah, because are you still having? Is it still raining all over you? Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I think somebody else is on me. Hey, that Malik Mustafa.
Yeah.
He looks like a stud.
Yeah, he is. He is tough.
He looks like he's gonna bust some heads.
And
he looks tough.
And Brian, he's physical like that. He doesn't get flagged. He doesn't get flagged. That's what I was impressed with. I said, usually physical players are usually always getting flagged. Because look at our guy, Greenlaw. Greenlaw really mangles people up, and he does get flags. But if I can get a guy...
And didn't we draft a linebacker, too? He looks pretty decent.
Bethune? Yeah, Bethune, he doesn't have quite the tools, but he's got a lot of heart. We'll see.
Yeah, but I'm really excited, just because, I can't wait till you say his name when he gets a passer. Malik Mustafa! How cool is that going to be?
So I'm already. Yeah. Oh, God, did he get Mustafa? Bam! You can do that car crash all the way up to the top of the bleachers. The dude hasn't gotten up yet. Yeah. They've called the timeout. They're going to a commercial break.
Big Show, I don't mean to pick on Big Show. I love Big Show, but things would be a lot better if you just applied for that accounting job for the 49ers, and then we wouldn't lose another draft pick again if you were in charge of accounting there, buddy. So I think you should apply for that job.
He is worried about the money. But he's always had enough the money. But Brian, I'm trying to tell him we're not paying Brock Purdy yet. We're paying him next year.
No.
So all the weapons we have now, let's just go ahead and keep those this year. Get it done. If because we already made all the cuts we need. You still got to pay Brandon, but let's keep all the weaponry we can this year. Because Debo's not going to play a whole
I don't
season.
I don't think Debo or Ayuk are going anywhere by the sound of it.
I'd be fine with that, but I still don't want anybody leaving, period, until it's absolutely necessary.
Hey,
and if I
Ronbo,
can keep them all.
Ronbo, I know you hate me bringing it up all the time, but
What's that?
what the hell do we have a franchise tag for if we never use it?
I don't know. The 49ers just don't believe in the franchise tag for some reason. They've had more than one occasion they probably should have applied that tag. They never do.
I don't understand why they don't. Why don't they?
I guess that's something they all collectively agreed on. I guess Parag probably doesn't like it. Jed for sure probably doesn't like it. You end up, to me though, that franchise tag, it may have to happen at some point soon because the team is overloaded. And the fact of the matter is, Brian, we've never had a team so packed like this. Not since
we haven't
Harbaugh.
been Rombo. We haven't been this stacked, since Rombo, since Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Honestly, with players, and I'll even go back to the early '90s. We haven't had a team this stacked. Seriously,
and the cap wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. They don't know how to handle that way of thinking. But then you look at how some teams get just robbed. Kirk Cousins did such a number on Washington. He got tagged twice to maximum
Stafford.
money. Yeah, I call it the Mac
Matt
Daddy of the
Stafford's
NFL.
robbing those Rams.
Oh
They're
God,
good.
Stafford too.
Hey, but I do like how I give us a B, don't you? A B is pretty good for what we did in the draft. I'm not going to give us an A.
Yeah, you got to
but
wait. It looks good.
We filled some. We filled. I'm happy with the O-line guys we picked up because both those guys can pretty much play anywhere from what I read. So I'm excited. And Poon, isn't he huge? Pooney, he's a huge guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
wow.
He's not a small person. He's pretty strong, and he's got a lot of talent.
Wow.
Because he can play anywhere on the line. Now, how many guys can say that, even center? So we're going to find out.
Yeah, but our D-line was more stacked in the last Super Bowl in 2019 and 20.
Yeah.
Who's this?
That's Ellis.
Ellis?
That's Jack. Yeah, that's 2019.
Oh, hi, Jack.
That defensive front was really tough, and the referees were playing for the other team. So I know.
But I'm talking
guys
about
are always crying about the referees. Well, they gotta call holding.
Yeah. We're always fighting the refs, aren't we? Seems like we always are, but I'm not going to go down that path and become a whiner.
No, I'm not
Sorry.
with you. I was just
I'm over it, But hey, thank you so much for letting me call in. Sorry I was having technical issues on my end, but it's raining cats and dogs.
Wanted to hear from you. We said leave it open. He'll be back. Brian, okay, glad you got that in. I'm gonna be back Tuesday. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Okay, man, cool.
And,
all right. Love the fam. Love everybody in chat. Tony Wright, Nikita, all you fam. Tony or Ray Jr. Where's Josh One? And I'm glad Chris Hansen's back too.
Yeah, the real Chris.
All
Hansen.
you chumps, all you Rams fans in my chat, get out of my chat. You guys are chumps. Go play with your dolls or whatever. Get out of my Ronbo chat.
No
all right, Ronbo. Have a good night, man. Love you.
You too, Brian. Love you, fam. We'll see you Tuesday. All right.
Okay. See ya.
Ellis. By the way, Ellis is probably broken down every player. Ellis, get in here, man. Give me some Ellis. Some Ellis-ism.
Yeah. Second.
All right.
What's second, bro?
Because I'm telling you right now, I'm looking. I like players that come in talking trash. Ronaldo Green, Cowens. Also, you look at some of the guys. Ricky Pearsall is just cool. Ricky Pearsall reminds you of the real Slim Shady.
That's the John B of football, man.
I mean,
that's the John B of football. The new John B. Yes, sir.
Because you know what, I played with
smooth operator.
Because I played with white boys that can play their ass off and don't get no love just because they get the little labels like Chocolate Thunder. Why y'all gonna call him Chocolate Thunder? Cause play like a brother. Look here, man. Listen, the boy plays like he plays, all right? You get off the tone. So I'm looking for Ricky to come in and stop that conversation right now. Because nobody calls Cooper Kupp there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's the fact that him and Brandon Ayuk play together at Arizona State, and then he's like a totally different player from what he described himself as, and I'm pretty sure Brandon Ayuk could would agree with that. I think it's good. A lot of these guys that we actually drafted are a bit older, so I'm hoping that they saw some maturity. I'm hoping they saw a maturity thing in that a lot of these guys would, be assets right away that we could start playing and kind of, start cycling them in because, with the team looking like it's going to be broken up pretty much after this season and next, these guys would need to start actually playing now so that they can be ready for seasons to come instead of, having them sit for a year or two and develop. I mean, they develop on the fly, but we shouldn't have drafted guys that are going to be, needing a year or two development before they actually decide to start utilizing them. So
and
hopefully that was what the strategy was, getting older guys. Yeah. And it's crazy. I don't know if you probably heard by now. Ricky and Brock actually played against each other in Arizona in high school.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall and Brock played against each other. He said Brock put up 70 on him. He said Brock put up 70 on his school.
I wouldn't have told nobody.
He said he's glad. Man.
Let that stay as dark a secret as it can for as long as possible.
Hey,
you play
quarterback. Came full circle though. Now he's just quarterback.
70 points though, Ellis. My God, y'all got a whooping. Woo!
Yeah. He said every time. He said Brock spent a lot of time in the end zone, so I'm guessing that he was running it in a lot and then dropping a lot of dimes. So yeah, man. But that's that's a great storyline. And now he's just quarterback. Like it's those are the kind of things that make times like that. And I'm sure for Ricky that just make it that much more fruitful. So that's my number one favorite pick as of right now.
Ricky?
I like the offensive lineman. They said he plays guard, but he's humongous. He's 6'4", 6'5". What kind of guards that are that damn tall? I mean, I'm sure there's a few.
His skill set allows for it as well.
Yeah, and he's diversified his game, so he can play several positions. I think he didn't give up any sacks for like two seasons straight playing for Kansas. That's extraordinary. That's not somebody that's not a developer. He's coming in to play right away. If I'm being honest, but that could just be me assuming. But that's what I see. He's definitely going to be
guys, from what I understand, in the offensive line room. So how many do we normally need? 11, 12, at the most.
17. Are you sure? 17 offensive linemen.
That's what I counted. 17. A lot of
maybe
these
that's
guys,
the defensive line.
And I kept looking. Who are these people? Okay, go through and check the offensive line. I might have miscounted, but I thought I saw 17 names.
We definitely got like damn near 20 defensive linemen from what I gathered. So I don't know how.
Half of them.
Yeah, and mind you, we didn't draft any of those in this draft either. So that's crazy.
Yeah. John loves him. He marches them in and out all season long. You'll hear about a visit from 3 or 4 guys in January. Why are you bringing them in now?
The corner. So Green from Florida State. He looks like he's going to be pretty good. I think that he's going to really have to stop with the handsy stuff. He's got like 11 or so pass interference calls. So he's very handsy. He's going to have to modify that playing in the league because they're going to call it all day. And that's not even including the calls that weren't called where he was probably holding, but the refs maybe didn't catch it. Yep. So he can't come playing like that. Yeah, I hope that he understands that. All of the dog this and dog that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You gonna have us dogged out by the refs if you don't keep your hands to yourself and show your skill set.
In preseason, they'll call it.
Yeah. So hopefully, he doesn't come in with that. But he's got some some good things about him that I was hearing about. It looks pretty good. That running back, I'm really excited about. I actually watched some tape on him.
Gorindo.
That's a big guy. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's not
he's just barely 6 foot or something like that. And 4'3", you move like that with all that size. That's like a bullet hitting you if you try to step in front of him.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to start deviating away from Elijah Mitchell. I hope Elijah Mitchell doesn't get cut, but it looks like that might be his replacement.
Well, yeah, because he's going to get hurt, and Kyle knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows. If he comes out and plays this week, he ain't playing next week.
Yeah, man. I feel bad because some guys just can't get it right when it comes to their body. And it just it's just how it happens in playing a sport. It's 100% guaranteed injury sport. So, we'll see what happens. I don't want to hear shit about Jordan Mason leaving. Kyle needs to make sure that he can actually get him play. I tell you what, if Jordan Mason hypothetically was to get cut or not be on this team, he's going to go. Somebody's going to go and somebody's going to start him.
Following evening.
Yeah, somebody's going to start him. So, but anyway, yeah. That lastly, the Missouri back. He looks like he's a kind of a fullback guy. Maybe he can learn under a use check. We'll see what happens with that. At least we got Terrell Owens' son. Since he went to go work out over there with the Niners, I'm guessing he did. He did bring some attention to himself, so that's good. I'm glad they was able to pick him up since we didn't get to get Rice or the McCaffrey or Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah, but we got one. All right,
we're gonna be all right, man. We're gonna be all right. Not the most flavorful of drafts, but who's surprised? I'm not surprised. We got to take the good with the bad and just lock in. You know what I mean? Let's let them get out there and get their feet wet.
Let's see what we got. All right, good stuff, Ellis, per usual. All right, fam. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You already know what it is, man. Hit that like, subscribe. You know you at. Wipe your feet. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out Tony Tone. Shout out Evan. Shout out to Chat. Shout out Papa D. Shout out Donut Tanisha. Shout out Frank. Hopefully Frank will come on through. And man, y'all know what it is, man. And Charles.
All right, man.
Come on, Charles. Go to bed.
He went crazy on us tonight. All right, Alice. See you Tuesday, fam.
Yes, sir.
Ross Cardenas. Gorindo turns out to be Todd Gurley. Hey, how tall was Gurley? But Gurley was heavy too. Thighs for days. Those are the guys you hate to hit because they got a low center of gravity, and when they run, if they're crouching at all, when they come down to hit you, it's like a whole building hit your ass. I'm telling you got to have that hit just to know how to. Ooh, that is. If you're still conscious after you get through, you say, I'm ready to play now because you just got the bejesus knocked out of you. Hey, yo, Jack.
On tonight, I told you so.
On which one?
Did you, man, on every goddamn one, Ronbo, I called it like a bad alcoholic, baby. I told you about him, and I told you about him and them and every goddamn thing. What did I say before, after the Super Bowl? We need a wide receiver. I said Xavier Worthy and my boy from EPA, Troy Franklin, but they listened. They got us a route runner. Y'all was all tripping, but listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to break it down National Geographics tonight, okay? Ricky Pearsall is a leopard. Watch him jump out, how he can maneuver unlike other cats. Renardo Green is a pit bull, okay? He got that lockjaw. He's going to be that bully. He's going to dominate, baby. Dominic Pooney, he's a goddamn rhino, Ronbo. A rhino. Get out his goddamn way when he's moving like a freight train. Malik Mustafa is a goddamn cheetah. Did you know he ran 23 miles?
An hour? Yeah.
23 miles he was clocked in at, faster than any 49er. Okay, he's a goddamn cheetah. When he goes hunting, it's like a blur, baby. Isaac Garendo, he's a real bull.
He's
a bull, baby. Go ahead.
No, I thought you were going to say, when he goes hunting, he just puts a knife between his teeth and goes out in the woods with nothing but dark oil on him and a loincloth.
Yeah. That's right. That's
a
right.
bad dude.
That's right. And that's a bad dude. That's a bad dude. But you know what? Cheetahs are quick and small and nimble, but they got to get out of the way when the lions come through and all that stuff. So we got to watch out that he doesn't get trapped by them old linemen and fullbacks and stuff like tight ends or whatever. But look, Isaac Orendo is a real bull. When he gets running top speed, like somebody said, he's like Moster. Somebody said Todd Gurley. He's a mixture of both with meat on him, Ronbo. He's a real fucking bull. When he's running down, you better get out his goddamn way because it's like a bowling ball knocking over pins. Jacob Cowing, oh my God, one of my favorite players in this year's draft, and I love, and just like Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowan is a jackrabbit. You know what I'm saying? So nimble, so quick. You know what I'm saying? You cannot catch him, Ronbo. Just like DBs, he's gonna make people look stupid. Like I told y'all, Ayuk makes people look stupid. Before the start of last year, he's gonna be a top 5 route runner, and I called it right. Jared Kingston, he's a goddamn moose, Ronbo. I know you want to laugh at that. But wait a minute. Okay, you don't want to laugh at that.
No. You said Jared Kingston. You know what though? There's a few stories about him. I love the one about if you see Jared Kingston in a fight with a bear, help the bear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a moose. That's what I'm saying. He's a moose. Have you ever seen on YouTube a moose chasing the hell out of the bear? Gets the hell out the way. He's running for his goddamn life. So once he gets going. Yeah, I'm telling you, the Bears on the D lineman. This guy's Jared Kingston is a moose. So he just looks all stupid and shit like that, standing around with his big ass, dumbass, goddamn horns and shit. You're like, what the hell? But when he gets moving, get out the goddamn way. And finally, Tatum Bethune, he is a motherfucking snow leopard. He's a goddamn snow. Have you seen the tape on this guy? God damn. Can he fly in the most awkward places? Yeah. Yeah, so those billy goats or whatever that's stuck on them mountains and shit, you better, you know what I'm saying? They're running. Yeah, the running backs, when they get going or whatever, the quarterback, whoever them goats are, this guy on a mountain is going to lock on a dive. He's going to leap like Deshaun Golson did and Dante Hittner without closing their eyes. They're going to tackle you with their eyes open. That's what this guy is. Bethune. Tatum Bethune is a motherfucking snow leopard.
That's scary. And especially if he's one of those guys that drops you down, grabs you on the waist and drops down and crawls up in your face and looks at you. Come through here, Karen. I'll be waiting on you.
Woo,
I like it. Football players get a little sick.
Yeah, man. So the more this draft went on, man, it was just gelling. This is not what they do. Everybody said, oh, they don't draft like this. They don't do this normally. They never draft a cornerback this high. What's going on? Well, guess what? We're doing something different. We're thinking outside the box. And I love this shit, man. I love doubling down. Give me a double stack of some goddamn wide receivers, Ronbo, because you know what? Add to the arsenal. Let's go 4 or 5 wide out there, and let's let Brock Purdy cook, baby, this year. Do something different, baby. But hey, what's going on out west before I go, baby? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Seattle Seahawks got my draft crush, Brian Murphy, and then L.A. Rams also got my other draft crush. I told you about Brandon Fisk, but they also got Jared Verse, both of them from Florida State. So, and we know what Arizona did. We know what they did with Marvin Harrison Jr.
They look like they had a really good draft anyway. So.
Anyways, dog, we got it this year, man. Thanks a lot, and you know what I'm saying, for what you did. And damn, I didn't know you started so goddamn late today, but
because I tried to stop being so late. So I'm trying to make that happen.
Shout out to everyone's worst nightmare for this caller: lions, tigers, and bears. All them animals. We got a bunch of manimals, baby. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Jim Everett, Ramilla Sports, everybody, 49ers. Listen, why does Ronbo only have 29,000 while people like Chat Sports have over 100,000? We need to figure out a way to get him over the hump. Whatever we got to do. Let's all pitch in, throw in some ideas, and make it goddamn happen, baby. Let's
like
go,
that.
baby. 2024 is going down.
Thanks, Jack. Tell you what, I'll send you midweek.
No leopard. All right, baby.
Like Jack. Oh, God. He does get excited. I love it. B. Ham. Ain't talked to you in forever.
Ronbo, baby! Ronbo, baby, tell me something good.
B-Ham, I don't know, mixed feelings about the drafts and everything else. You know what's so funny, though, B-Ham? Most of us are looking toward next year to justify what happened this year in the draft, and I think that makes sense because, we got a lot of speed, and the 49ers are segueing toward going back to a little more finesse and a less brutality, I'm thinking, like they did when we had Dante Pettis. We was trying to be gentle and quick and can't touch me. Boom, 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 boom. And this now, they're going back to that now. Because Ricky Pearsall and Ayuk out there, with Brandon Ayuk throwing the ball more often, I got a feeling that's going to happen a lot too. Gurindo, they say he caught 20-something passes one season. So we're making an air attack and a run game at the same time. What do you think, BM?
I'm going to tell you like this, Ronbo. I really did not watch the draft. I just said, I'm going to just sit back and wait to see how we do. I wish we had probably picked some type of a lineman, right tackle on the right side with our first pick or something. Mm-hmm. But we went out and got a route runner. At first, I was kind of upset. Mm-hmm. I was really kind of upset. But, just sitting here listening at, some of the other guys in the chat, I'm looking at some of these guys' highlights from college, even though college don't mean nothing in the NFL.
Yeah, true.
But that boy Jacob Cowan, he looked pretty damn good from what I can see. I remember Ricky Parcell. I watched him play, so he might be all right. I'm just tired of every year when at the end of the year we figure it trying to, everybody is always trying to dethrone the Niners. This player finna lead, that player finna go. When are we gonna have one season, Ronbo, where we don't have to worry about the monstrosity of what the media is putting out there? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But as far as the draft, man, I didn't like it when we picked up Brandon Ayuk, but
really, I didn't know who he was.
I didn't. Exactly. That's why I didn't like it. I didn't like it when we got Debo. But I say this, Ronbo, you got scouts and you got people that get paid to look at these players while me and you do other things in life. Feel me?
Yep.
So when we got Debo, I'm like, what is this garbage? When we got Ayuk, I'm like, what is this garbage? But and you can go back if you still got the tapes. I said it, and those players have proven me wrong. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to say we may, as fans, we may not like the way the draft went, but those players may prove us wrong in the future. You feel what I'm saying?
And we hope they do.
And, and I really do, because when I sit back and I listen at people be like, oh, man, look at where Brock Purdy throwing to. Listen, dog, I mean, he got Debo, he got Brandon Ayuk, he got George Kittle. And I mean, I'm sitting back listening to how people always try to discredit Purdy. You feel me?
Yes.
But what they don't realize is this, Ronbo. Brandon Ayuk, he was a late first rounder. Debo, I think, went in the second or third round.
Second, yeah.
George Kittle went in the fifth round. Juwan Jennings went in the third or second or third round?
No, Jennings was sixth or seventh. Yeah.
Okay, so all of these players that we look at and that the outside look at and be like, well, look at what Brock Purdy got. I'm starting to think that he ain't no Justin Jefferson. He ain't no Mike Evans. I
Stephon
wish we
Diggs.
could have got a Puka Nacua. Yeah, ain't no player we got a Stephon Diggs. But guess what, Ronbo? Debo done been to the Super Bowl twice, even though we have lost. Brandon Ayuk has been there. Justin Jefferson, all the other guys haven't made it. So
I love to bring that up when I'm arguing with other people from other teams.
Right.
You know?
So I look at it like, hey, we may feel not like, honestly, when I found out the Chiefs got the other guy, I'm like, well, God damn it, Kyle and John, hold up now.
That was the Bulls.
Why we didn't go get the super speed?
No,
but it's obviously something about that kid that they didn't pick him.
Beham, he weighs 165 pounds, soaking wet. Listen, you know what? He doesn't do anything but run go routes. So when they throw the ball to him, all you got to do is clip his wings at the line of scrimmage, and half the time he's even not going to get that done. They got another speedster over in Kansas City too. But what I was worried about is the fact that he's out there. The safeties can no longer move up. That defense is going to be stretched out, and now Travis Kelce is going to clown around, and he's already open now as it is. Now you're just helping him out. I will never forgive the Bills for what they just did. Why are you trading with the Chiefs? And he went right and got a receiver. You need a receiver over in Buffalo. Why did you give that to them? Oh.
Right, yeah, man. Yeah, I would have took the speedster and then turned around and came back and got Parcel. But at the end of the day,
that would have negated their problem too.
At the end of the day, Ronbo, everything them guys that just has gotten drafted, everything they did in college don't mean shit.
No.
But now
you need to have some kind of resume.
Prove yourself again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but think about it, Ronbo. This kid that the Kansas City got, I still don't even know what school he went to. And I never heard nothing about him until he ran that in the combine.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Oh, he gonna pull a muscle. I'm relying on that because everybody who runs that fast ends up pulling a muscle and being out for a substantial amount of games. So we'll see.
I won't be mad if he pull a muscle. I won't be mad if somebody go out there and break Travis Kelce ankle or something, you know, because I really just don't believe the Chiefs can sustain once they lose Travis Kelce. The rest of their tight ends are not doing what he is doing.
But you know, Jack, that's why I give him love, because the fact of the matter is Patrick did that with receivers that refuse to catch the ball. I say, you know what? Look how they beat us. They beat us when people can't even catch the damn ball. I was so embarrassed about that Super Bowl loss. I've never been so embarrassed behind the 49ers actions
you know what?
like I was this past year.
Rumbo,
That's fine. We'll make up for that.
I was upset about that Super Bowl loss, but then when I went back and looked at it again and again, you know what I said, Rumbo?
What?
They cheated us again to win.
You know what?
So anytime they got to cheat us to win, it doesn't make me mad. If you go out there and you bear hug Nick Bosa, and the referee just don't call it,
I know.
then let me know that you got to do that to win. I feel a whole lot better.
Put us on a bad practice field and have alarms going off in the hotel.
Put us on a bad practice field.
In the middle of the
night. Everything to stop us from winning. So
that's fine.
That lets me know something.
Yeah.
And then, like I always say this before I go, Ronbo, you know, everybody want Kyle Shanahan head for losing these Super Bowls. But at the end of the day, he lost the goddamn Super Bowl to Tom Brady and Belichick. And now he's lost two to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, which is considered to be the best quarterback and coach duo that we have seen. So when we lose to coaches like that, I'm not too mad. Now you just got to tip your hat, man. But at some point,
we got to pull up to fam. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna be back Tuesday. Since you back in action, I'm gonna get back in here Tuesday. Let's continue. Okay.
We'll do.
All right, fam.
We'll do
it. Hey, BM, it's your partner Jack. It's good to hear your voice, but goddamn, Rumble, throw the flag on his ass.
Hey, it's all good, my boy. It's all good, baby.
Good to hear your voice again, man. All right.
All day, homie.
Jack. Let's see. You know, I really, you know, fam, don't cry in front of people about the refs about that Super Bowl. I'm learning now. Just, you know what? Just it makes us look bad because I agree, it's real, but people are making fun of us because of us saying that. You know, even the Cowboys don't cry about flags. Oh wait, and Big Show says wasn't emotional, just opinionated. And you're welcome to your opinion, Show. Nobody's gonna bother you about that. Continue doing so. And speaking of Cowboys, this Austin, I've not talked to you in a while. How are you?
What's up, Ronbo? It's been a minute.
It has.
How's it hanging in 49, man?
You know, Austin, at times I have to say, at least you guys don't go all the way to the promised land just to get kicked out. You know? So the 49ers, you guys do get in the door and you leave early before things get underway. When we get all the way to the end of the line, have our ticket with the several different chops on it, or stamps, or whatever it takes to get through the front door of the Super Bowl, we go in there and we make an exit without the trophy. So you know what? Well, whereas we make a lot of fun of the Cowboys, as you know, I don't know if we have a right to anymore. But Austin, what's on your mind?
Oh, just coming here to talk a little draft shop with you.
Okay.
See what you think about your new additions, and come to tell you, Ronbo, we're upgrading our offensive line in Cowboy Nation.
No, I saw
we
that.
didn't get no flashy picks.
Yeah, I saw
We
that.
didn't get no flashy picks.
I know.
So
You need a running back, though.
Yeah, we do. That's one of the things I was very concerned about when I saw we did not pick a running back and we let all these free agents go, Ronbo. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jerry Jones, it's sitting right there for you. Take Derrick Henry. He wants to be a Cowboy. He wants to help us win. But no, he gets on my nerves, Ronbo.
Well, you should know what, Austin, I think I've talked to several Cowboy fans. I've known many down through the years. I've known Cowboy fans that have stopped following the Cowboys because Jerry Jones refuses to hire a GM and continues to believe that he can handle that duty. So, you know, it's pretty funny. Jerry Jones, I don't know what he's thinking, but, you know, you're right. I noticed how the offensive line you're building again, and that's going to be a start to return. But, Austin, how much is he going to get paid Dak Prescott?
See, this is where the conflict of interest starts, Ronbo, because we got Micah Parsons' contract coming up, CeeDee Lamb's, and Dax are all coming up within the same time.
Yep.
And listen, it's almost like what the 49ers are dealing with, Ronbo, like with Brandon Ayuk. You know,
Debo.
He's talking about, oh, he might leave town. Oh, I might stay. Money talks, bull crap walks, as he posted on his IG.
Yeah, he's right.
I mean, it's just like we're in the same predicament. And you almost have to pay your quarterback because, as you could tell, you have to have an elite quarterback to get to the Super Bowl.
You do.
I mean,
You
the
really
49ers, as much grief as a lot of people give the 49ers, even if they say, oh, Brock Purdy's a game manager, yada, 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 that's completely thrown out the window now. Because if he was a game manager like that, he wouldn't have taken you all the way to the Super Bowl and led you on those comebacks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know, it's being picked. If he'd have been picked number 2 or 3 in the draft, that would have gave him a little more prestige, right? So, you know, you can't be picked the last guy in the draft. Everybody's going to give excuses the whole year. From the time he started playing, oh, he got lucky this time. Well, look at the surrounding case. They called everybody surrounding the Avengers. He's got the Avengers surrounding him. So how's he going to lose? I said, you know, you low down dirty dogs. Are you not watching what he's doing? Or are you just making jokes? I really got mad about that all year long, no matter what he did. And then he finally has a bad game. Okay, he is who we thought he was. What are you talking about? But he's been doing fine until
Start
one
Trey
game
Lance.
out.
That'll end it all. Start Trey Lance.
It was that. No matter how many games he wins, we can start Trey.
And Ronbo, here's the thing. You look at the Super Bowl performance. Brock Purdy played almost a perfect game. That was not his fault.
I know.
The defense and Kyle Shanahan should have known not to give Kansas City the ball first. That was a big no-no.
Yeah,
but
he still get grief about that. Yeah. So.
But Ronbo, overall, I'm happy with the Cowboys draft. At least we're revamping the O-line because your defense is still going to be ferocious. And if we play you all in the playoffs again, if we get that far, we will need an O-line.
Yeah. Well, it's good thinking on Jerry's part as far as that goes. Yeah, I was impressed with the draft picks you picked up as far as building an offensive line. Remember, your team actually had one of the greatest offensive line collections in NFL history just a few years ago. That year that Dak came into the league, him and Zeke, they were both they were co-rookies of the year because they just both had numbers. But somehow, Austin, that was the year you guys should have exceeded. Wasn't that the same year that what is that wide receiver you have that got mad because they made a new rule behind that catch he made and they didn't count it?
Oh, Dez Bryant.
Dez.
Catch or the catch.
I said that's cold. I didn't know what to think at the time. But I thought, oh man, the Cowboys, they may have got cheated. No matter how much I don't appreciate a team, I'll never I'll call it like I see it, and if I think it's wrong, it's wrong. I thought that was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, I won't say we would have won the Super Bowl that year, but I think we would have had a
should
good
have been
chance.
past that round.
But
you guys got cheated this last year too, against the. Oh no, that wasn't you. That was Detroit that got cheated. You know what? Everything comes around. So, but go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Ronbo, like you said, you know, a lot of Cowboys fans, we always do this. And I got a couple where I'm at. They're like, we'll go on a winning streak, and they'll be like, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl. This is the year. Jerry's finally going to get the Super Bowl. And then that happens, and I'm like, it's just like, and it just seems like it every time, Ronbo.
It does.
But
it's scary. And the Kansas City Chiefs are riding.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think the Lord is wearing a KC jersey because there's no way they should have weathered the storms they've weathered. You look at this past year in the playoffs. They got past Lamar Jackson and company because of a couple of fluke mistakes before Lamar Jackson. Buffalo. How many times did Stephon Diggs miss the ball like that? How the hell did that happen? And so now they get past them, and then they go and play the Bills. I mean the Bengals. Birds. I'm getting my Ravens. And Lamar Jackson is playing a game. They don't have him playing like he usually plays. He's doing weird things. I got Zay Flowers getting the ball snatched out of his hand during a touchdown. I said, oh my God,
and
here they come. Oh.
And Ronbo, I got to say this. The Chiefs, they were not very talented last year. They didn't have the weapons and explosives that they had before.
They had a bad offense.
And yes, and they still won the Super Bowl against the Niners' potent defense.
Yes.
They shouldn't have scored that many points. But Patrick Mahomes does it again.
Don't remind me. Okay. Listen, we need to talk about running time. Good to hear from you again. And back middle of the week if you want to talk some more. All right?
Got you, Ronbo. I'm riding off in the sunset. Go Cowboys.
There he goes. And Ohio Silver and away. The Lone Ranger. Addicted to Access. At least we got T.O.'s son. I want Gore and Brendan Rice in the near future. All right. Thanks for Addicted to Action. Okay. Stan the man. Come on in, Stan.
What's going on, Ronbo? How you doing?
Stan, I'm all right. Stan, do you find that when people bring up that Super Bowl, all of a sudden your mood, if you were in a good mood, sort of shifts? I've got a scar now, and it gets reopened I was fine until we started talking about the Chiefs. Stan, let's go ahead. Oh.
Yes, it's interesting that you say that because I'm just now getting over my Super Bowl slump. It's been a few months since I called you in. I think the last time I spoke to you was when we clinched the number one seed.
Oh yeah.
And I was feeling really confident we would go all the way, but we came up a little short.
Yeah, again.
Okay, but speaking of the Super Bowl, I just want to touch on a few points on why I feel we lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I agree. Go ahead.
CMC fumbles in the first drive.
1.
Okay, that could have been a potential, 3 points, 7 points.
It's a momentum. It's a momentum changer as well. Go ahead.
Absolutely. The miscue punt return fumble, I think he hits our guy's leg, and the Chiefs recover right there in their red zone.
You talk about
you
talk about Ray McLeod, right?
Right. Yeah. I think he hit Luter Jr.'s foot or something like that.
Yeah, it's what happened.
And then Ray tried to recover, but the Chiefs got it.
And he should have just fell on top of it. Ray was trying to pick it up and try to run. What the hell were you thinking, Ray?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's 2.
Miscues on special teams.
Right.
Okay. We had a missed block assignment by Spencer Buford.
Yep. That was the most crucial one, actually. Yep. 3.
And then also, we picked off Mahomes, which we failed to convert points on.
Not even a field goal. 4.
Not even a field goal.
You're not gonna win any games like
and
this.
We were 3 for 13
on first.
We were
downs.
3 for 13 on third downs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. We can't play that way and try to call ourselves champions.
You're not gonna win a Super Bowl like that for sure. You may slide by another team, but not this game. The Chiefs have been in the Super Bowl every damned year. They can remain
every
calm.
Year.
They can stop doing goofy mistakes. And then what do? Spagnuolo comes up with the perfect defense. They take away the 2 key pieces that the 49ers use to take teams apart. I said,
exactly.
Kyle, you got outcoached.
Exactly. So,
and your guys screwed up. Of course you're not going to win. Took 2
and you can't, in order to beat Kansas City, you got to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines. We gave him way too many chances to score, and eventually it caught up with us.
How many times did we go out third down?
We were 3 for 13 on third downs in the Super Bowl. That's just unacceptable. No productivity from our receivers. They shut down CMC. Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell hardly got any carries. I mean, we just chose the wrong day to play that way. So enough about the Super Bowl. I got over it. Okay. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Free agencies that we picked up that I am happy about. The 2 defensive ends, Leonard Floyd and Gross Maltos, will be good bookends for Nick Bosa.
Yes. Gross Maltos, I understand, sets that edge really well. And Leonard Floyd is a fiend. I forgot about that. We could smile about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our defensive line is going to be solid. Now, unfortunately, we lost Armstead and Kinlaw, but we picked up Malik Collins from Houston. Houston had a good defense last year.
He doesn't get hurt.
And we picked up he stays healthy. That's a good point. And we also picked up Jordan Elliott, who played for that ferocious Cleveland Browns defense last year.
Yes. I thought he was going to be pretty good. But people told me, dude, he's just a bench warmer. He's average. He's okay. Nothing special. You know how other players, people from other teams, love to hurt your feelings by saying things like that. I was on Twitter raving about that. A guy comes all the way over to Twitter. He said, "Yeah, I'm a Browns fan. I'm going to tell you right now. Please not. The reason he left is because of the fact that he's so."
We'll see. I mean, they're probably just talking some hate talk, but we'll see. He's a Niner. He's a Niner now, so we're gonna sharpen him up.
That's right.
And so the current draft picks we just selected, Ricky Pearsall, Pretty Ricky.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love the pick. And I know people. I know the faithful want an offensive lineman first round, but I can tell you this. If we waited to the second round, somebody would have snatched him up. And I'm glad we got him.
And Stan, also add to that, was there a pick at 31 as far as an offensive lineman was concerned that was worth a damn? So that's why I keep saying, you know what, we got to be picked at 31. The best offensive linemen were picked up ahead of us, but there were a couple picked up behind us, but we'll see what that works out.
Yeah. I mean, we got Dominic Clooney and the guy out of USC, I couldn't remember his Kingston.
Jared, yeah.
And both of those guys are versatile. They can play. Well, I know Pooney can play tackle and guard.
I understand.
And Kingston can play guard and center.
Yeah. Well,
right.
So Pooney can play every position.
So I feel good about that. Isaac Garindo, and this is something a lot of people don't realize. He ran the fastest 40 time at the combine out of all running backs. He ran a 4.33.
Yep, that's crazy.
Okay, so I have a feeling. Elijah Mitchell's going to be fighting for his job because he can't stay healthy.
And this guy runs a stretch really well, Garindo. Isaac didn't do that. Isaac always ran between the tackles, which in fact may have been one of the reasons why he might have not been able to stay healthy, taking all that really interior crashing and booming. He should have been hitting the seams.
Possibly
and maybe Kyle might have not called that play for him, but I really would. I hope he does with Garindo.
And then we picked up Cody Schrader. Another fact that a lot of people don't realize that Cody Schrader did not get drafted. We picked him up as an undrafted free agent. He ran for 1,600 yards last year, third in the nation, and in the SEC. Okay, so no, he's a baller. He's a baller.
Wait, you know what? I didn't look at Cody. He's from what? The SEC. Oh,
he's from the SEC. And he ran all over LSU last year, and he had a solid game against Georgia. So
how about Bama?
I'm glad. I'm not sure how he played against Bama. I didn't get a chance to watch that game, but he's a solid player.
I didn't know he was okay. We got some guys that are leaving our running back room. We'll see how they do. All right. Hey. Last but not least, I want to focus on this offensive line, which is everybody's been talking about in the faithful world. Okay. Real quick, because we're out of time.
Okay. Well, I want to emphasize team chemistry. Okay, we're bringing everybody back. Okay, for the last 4 or 5 years, we lost Lincoln Tomlinson, Alex Mack, Joe Staley, Mike McGlinchey. We've been running with different offensive linemen. We cannot build team chemistry. And we came 3 points away from winning the Super Bowl. Let's run it back and let's see how it goes.
You know, so bad as we played, we lost by 3 lousy points. Stan, get back in here, man, as soon as possible. I'll be looking for you, okay? We'll see you.
All right, Ronbo. Good talking to you, man.
Thank you. Good talking to you, too. There you go.
All right. Good night.
Good night, Stan. Tony!
Oh.
Tony I heard him close that refrigerator door. Tony, you don't need a beer today. We're not playing any football.
I'm on a ladder doing hedging.
Are you working? All right. There you go. I'm glad you could come down off that ladder and give us some conversation, Tony. Because we're talking about yesterday's draft and the final round. I don't know. It's too early to make judgments, but some of them do look attractive. Tony, give me some assessments on there?
Ronbo, I'm sorry, but I can't get excited until I know who Kyle Shanahan can kiss my ass. Until these boys are probably going to go into the development program, and we don't know who's going to see the field and things of that nature. But now that you mentioned Kyle, I mean, I'm sick of that bloke getting accolades for shit that he doesn't do.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to running back. Oh, Kyle drafted this running back. No, he didn't. Who's the old boy that we got, the coach for the running backs?
All of a sudden, my name is, I see his face. His name is Bobby Turner. Yes,
Bobby Turner.
Yeah.
Bobby Turner's the one that gets the running backs, not Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
He's been rings them up in all hours of the night to see just if they answer the phone to see how keen they are.
Isaac said he called him up constantly. So yeah.
And if it isn't for some of these other dudes have got to get their props to on our team, like Bobby Turner, and I mean we're never short of good running backs.
And you mentioned that D'Amico used to get constant praises for how well that defense played. You're right. Bobby Turner does not get, but Christian McCaffrey was a fully made product when he came to us pretty much, and Bobby Turner may have, added some to his game. But the kids that are doing well, Jordan Mason doesn't get enough burn, so we can't make any judgment calls on that. Mitchell did well. Bobby trained him pretty much from scratch. But, yeah, we'll see what he does with Isaac.
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell, I mean, I don't know, Ronbo, and Chris Kasuri too. Where would we be without that guy?
Chris gets nothing but praise. I'm surprised that people don't bow to him like they do back in medieval days when kings walked in the room and everybody dropped to one knee and threw a hand across their chest. That is the greatest coach we've ever had at that position. I mean, he is outstanding. Oh, he's good.
And we're so lucky that he doesn't want to go anywhere else, and he just wants to stick to that same job that he does.
He doesn't want to move up
week in, week out.
He could have been DC by now. He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it. That's what I mean. We're so lucky that he's elected to be that way. Yeah. Plus, I don't know, the new coaches that we got. I try and talk myself into these things with Kyle and like say to myself, okay, the 49ers look for different fundamentals for different types of players, things that we might not know about. But, like Papa Dragon said the other day, it just feels like other teams are starting to catch up to us. And to me, it just feels like we're three first-round picks behind everybody else.
Well, Tony, that's what teams do. Whenever there's a team that's dominating, other teams start to build and craft their own team just to negate or stop the anti-49er team. The Cowboys and 49ers used to do that to each other way back in the day when they were fighting tooth and nail each and every year. Put people out there that could combat or neutralize their best weapon, right? So and people are not doing that to the Chiefs. Nowadays, the game is so sophisticated that you can't just get a better tackle or get a better running back, or your quarterback is whatever he is. But you never got a bad quarterback. If you did, you got rid of it anyway. But it's so amazing what they got to go through now to beat each other.
And some people were talking about Debo the other day.
Yeah.
Debo's fallen out of love and this and that and the other. Ronbo, both you and I know that Debo, straight off the mark, is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Right? He needs a run up.
Yeah.
But Debo at full speed, running at somebody,
it's like a truck.
That is a hard person to bring down. So, I mean, if you want to analyze that in a way, it's pretty simple. If you put Debo on a team that have got a ferocious offensive line that can push people out of the way and create a gap for him and just spring him out of a hole, put him on the Kansas City Chiefs, for Christ's sake. We may as well.
We got to get something good from the Chiefs, though. That's what I'm saying. Ricky's going to take – I have a feeling he's going to take Debo's job. Kyle's moving in another direction right now. You can see it clearly. He went and got speeches. It used to be Kyle wanted guys that would break bones when they were running down the field. He was into yak. It seems we're moving a little away from yak. We're throwing the ball a lot more, too, because Kyle seems to have this thing about Brock Purdy being able to throw the ball all over the field. He's getting runners now a route that can run all over the field and run every route. So we're changing. The 49ers are morphing right before our very eyes.
I'm a little bit afraid of that, because we came up with an identity, and to me, yak is more important. And like you said, I'm scared that this guy this year round he's going to turn this team into a instead of run first, throw first team. He's going to want to throw the ball a lot more.
So he's crafty wide receivers now. Look, that's going to be the norm. He picked up 2. And how many times we've seen that? Because if he was on the old page, he would have went and got Leggett. No, he didn't get Leggett. He got Ricky. Why? Kyle, Leggett's your kind of guy 2 years ago. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Figure that out, really.
I mean, as far as the O-line, I try to say to myself, well, maybe they want to see who's the final 53 squad, see how much money they've got left over in the kitty, and then they might go out and grab some veteran or something like that to bolster the line.
That safety that's over there. Hey, nobody's hired Simmons yet. We're a day after the draft, and Simmons is still running around, hanging out anywhere where he likes to go, and nobody's asking. That guy's the best safety in the game, and he's not playing. He's not even signed.
Yeah,
how is that?
Yeah,
he's too expensive.
We need some big hitters, and we need some people that know how to tackle as well. We don't want these 15 missed tackles a game anymore.
No. That's why they got the guys they got. You got that safety, but you got Bethune. You got all these guys are heavy hitters. So yeah. That's going to stop.
And if you ask Patrick Mahomes, who do you want to play in the Super Bowl this year, he'll probably say the 49ers. And if they ask him why, Ronbo, he'll say, because they always let me win in the fourth quarter.
And I love that drama. Yeah, but Tony, we got to go. Get you back up that ladder and finish that up. I'll see you Tuesday, though.
All right, brother. Shout out to the mob and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers, my man.
Oh, Tony, I love when he talks about Kyle. It's entertainment now. Mr. Block, I said draft. Let's go. Just update on our wide receivers-ish. Yeah, we did. Really did, actually. We did. And hey, Bethel, are you kidding me? Hey, Bethel!
Hey, Rumble.
Well, Bethel, you've probably been paying attention because you've been quietly observing, and we haven't heard from you, so I know you've been watching. Bethel, what are your thoughts then? I need not ask you any questions. Give us some Bethel.
Well, I'm seeing that, because I was looking at all the stuff that was going on, and you see certain coaches talk to some of these players, so that means that was their draft choice. And even John Lynch, I think he chooses a safety. He was even impressed with the pick that he got. So
they were patting themselves on the back a lot, weren't they?
Yeah,
Kyle,
they were.
Remember Kyle? Yeah, well, Ricky kind of reminds me of me back in my days.
Yeah.
What? Kyle, what? What? What did he say? Did he say that? God. So you're right. They may have went away from scouting just a little bit and got personal about it. John Lynch picked up. I forget which was it. Bethune. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, and if you see tape on a lot of these guys, they have their own little their own little things that you like, and I see that we got two guys that are versatile that could play different positions in that offense. And,
they always do that, though, it seems.
Yeah. And one of the guys that we picked up was in a team that went 15-0. And we picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that nobody's talking about. And he played for Harbaugh. When Harbaugh went 15-0, he was in that team.
Oh, you're talking the center we got, right? Or not? Yeah, the free agent center, yeah. Yeah. How bad can he be?
Yes,
he's ranked as one of the best. But how did he – they say he's a little light. But if he's tough, I don't care. It's not the size of the man in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the man. It's a dog.
Yeah, because when certain people, put their heart into it, you can see how they, play really good. It's like Debo when he played against the Eagles. You see what he did, when he plays hard and he beat up on the Eagles. And I think that's something that he kind of lost in certain games.
Yeah.
And
Debo seems to get inspired in verbal exchanges. That cornerback made Debo play some of the best football we've seen him play in years. Just made him crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, even the Lions number 2, we even make him look silly after he was talking a bunch of shit.
Wait, I've got
CMC.
The Lions.
Ooh.
Yeah. the Lions guy is the one who was talking. Him and Debo were going back and forth on social media. But Debo talked about the kid over with the Eagles so bad that he had to back up what he said. So with Debo, it's a little immature, but Debo gets fired up when people are talking. I wish I could get somebody to pay somebody on every team we play. Listen, I'll pay you this amount of money to talk trash to Debo. How much? Look at this. Oh, you got it. And Debo will bite every time.
So, but I think what the Niners are, because I heard Kyle even said that they're going to even maybe try a 4-set right receiver combination.
Yeah. That's why they're stacking that's why they're stacking up all those route runners and speedsters.
Yeah. And then plus, he probably knows that a lot of defense are going to do certain stuff to, try to, stop the run and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're thinking that they're going to stop the run, and you have McCaffrey back there, he fakes handoff and he throws it to a right receiver.
And McCaffrey could go catch the ball as well. That could be, I could design that play. Kyle's already on that page, I know. Good point.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
so you got
a great point.
You got a lot of stuff you could do where people are thinking about stopping you in the run, where he could start throwing the ball. And if we got these speedy guys, he could just throw it over, and Brock has the arm.
Yeah.
And make an easy touchdown.
You know something, Bethel. You bring up an excellent point. The fact is, people are starting to understand and figure out how to neutralize Kyle Shanahan's offensive system to a degree. Remember, Debo coming around that corner last year had 2 and 3 guys waiting for him often. Now, Kyle has decided, okay, well, that's going to have to stop. And he's coming up with a new way to engineer that offense. This is going to be an exciting year for watching to see how this works, actually. Really is.
So, and then plus, if this is Debo's final year, next year, you could get off of him with no repercussions. So
nostalgia will take over me. I mean, for me, I know I'm going to be upset. No matter what, and it may be good for the team, but I'm not going to be happy about that. There's a couple of guys I can't imagine. I can't imagine Debo, Kittle, or Juice. We're going to have to start getting ready for life after those 3 guys soon, but I'm not ready for it yet. I can't imagine that. Trent Williams? Oh, are you serious? Trent, you can't go. Trent, you can play till you're 40 years old. A lot of players do that. You're still better than the average guy at 27. Come on.
Yeah, but, a lot of they do production. Nobody will complain.
Yeah.
But, if you can't do the production that we are paying you for, then, there's no point of we even having you in this team if you don't do what you're paid to do.
That's the NFL. That's,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And then plus, look at Brock. Brock got bonuses, money for playing really good. Him and some other guys.
Demo.
Now he's getting money for his commercials. And
he doesn't have to ask his mom for lunch money anymore. I'm really glad for him too. Good.
And then he's gonna probably get paid $50,000 or 50
mil,
50 a year or something, or it depends on him.
Yeah.
If actually, even though I hate Brady, but Brady said something that actually is true, where he said that a lot of these guys care more about the money than cares about the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and winning.
Well, you know what? Brock has yet to be. Let's see. If Brock signs too many more endorsements, he may lay back off. He said, listen, why don't we go 40 and just give me a bunch of incentives and let me reach those. I'm fine. I don't have to have $80 million a year to live. Because he's a very basic, down-to-earth guy. So Brock doesn't have to have
Yeah.
chains around his neck and buy 14 Lamborghinis. He doesn't care about that. I can tell.
Yeah.
So, you know, so he'll be fine. But Bethel, let's continue with this midweek because we're over our time. But don't be a stranger, Bethel. We have to have you. Well, I'll
All
see you
right,
midweek,
Ronbo.
okay?
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to anything, just you guys and certain other people, but I haven't really been looking at any of the media or stuff like that.
They're talking major trash. You did the right thing. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, Ronbo.
Right.
Always like a great show.
Thanks,
Haters,
man.
hit that like, and let's go Niners.
Have a great night, Bethel.
All right, good night, Ron.
There he goes. Oh, this is great. Tony, get in here, man. I've been thinking about you for the last 48 hours. Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, man, I was thinking about you yesterday.
How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. It's, we're moving toward the season now. But Tony, I didn't ask you about this the other day, but I was like, what? I said, Atlanta Falcons, their grade was because they went and got, and what's her name say from ESPN? Well, yeah, it was a ridiculous thing to do because the fact is they didn't make Kirk Cousins, they didn't make the team any better around Cousins. They just went and got a quarterback. And then Stephen A. Smith jumped in. What is the lady that comes on? Nina. Nina thinks that's the stupidest thing ever done, right? And then here comes Stephen A.'s on your side. Look, Kirk Cousins, as I know, just came out from a tear on his Achilles. And also, nowadays, you don't know how long he's going to play. So you need to go ahead and get a quarterback in there. And might I remind you, Nina, that the quarterback over in Green Bay sat for 4 years, and look at him now. And he's going on, hey, Tony, I thought about just, I wonder where Tony is on this. Because you didn't say much about that the other day. You just said, well, yeah, I wanted blah, blah, blah. But
yeah, because I wanted Dallas Turner, but after sleeping on it after Thursday night, I thought about it, and I'm not mad about the move because look at it this way. When Matt Ryan's last year, 2021, and we traded him 2022, what was being said during our 2022 and 2023 season? You even said it. You didn't say anything bad. And the Falcons got quarterback problems. Marcus Mariota, and then Desmond Ritter, and then we finally started Desmond Ritter. He was a turnover machine, and I liked the Desmond Ritter, but and then Taylor Heineke. We had quarterback problems the last 2 years. Now we fixed our quarterback problem with Kirk Cousins and the money, and then we drafted Penix, and now people's complaining. First y'all complaining we got quarterback problems. Yeah. Now y'all complaining that we fixed it.
How much?
So I like it.
How much is Kirk getting paid annually?
Ronbo, we paid him $180 million total.
How much is guaranteed?
For $100 million. $100 million is guaranteed. I think he got a $50 million signing bonus, I believe.
And understand he was upset because nobody told him until afterwards that they were picking up Penix. His name's Penix, right? Yeah.
Actually, Ronbo, they called him when we were on the clock. That's when they called him. So
you know what?
I know.
Kirk, you got $100 million guarantee. Why do you give a damn? You know what? The thing is, you're right, because you can't just go dry. And in fact, the 49ers need to consider maybe another year or two the same thing. Because if you got a quarterback that's on his last 4 or 5 years, and this is his last contract, Kirk's not going to sign another contract after this. He'll probably want to retire. After 2 years, the money's already guaranteed, and you can bring in Penix if Kirk is struggling. Because, Tony, you know how you talk about, people always talk about, we don't have this and that, fans, the Falcons fans. If Kirk struggles this year, Tony, in the first few weeks,
we got to back up quarterback.
He's got to sit down. Yeah. We got to bring it. It creates problems.
Yeah, bring in the young kid because what happened was they did a workout. They called for a workout. They flew up to Washington, and it was bad conditions. It was outside, wind, rain, and that ball was sizzling right through that wind and rain.
Oh,
and that's what sold scouts and coaches.
I heard about
this kid's got a strong arm.
I heard about that.
Yeah. That
bad
worked
weather
out.
conditions, and he was still throwing accurate shots. I said, get seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's the most accurate
Ronbo,
thrower
I'm a little bit
in the draft. He's 20.
Yeah.
How old is he though? He's 20 what?
24. And they were talking about that. Well, he won't start till he's 26, 27. I mean, let the chips fall where they may. You know, I'm not going to dog the move. You know, I was surprised because I wanted Dallas Turner. But the blow is a little less with me because I like that kid we got in the third round, Trice out of Washington, Charles Davis of NFL Network called him a poor man's Dallas Turner. We got him in the third round. He had 7 sacks for Washington this past year, and 9 the year before that. So we got that edge rusher. We wanted to go with the other edge rushers we got. They're all young, fast, and talented. So the blow is a little lessened with me.
Yeah. Because Nina Kimes, I understand what she was talking about, though. You did need to make that because your offense has got weapons everywhere. You need to do something about that defense. And if that they could have picked up somebody with that pick, any edge you wanted, because you guys picked at what number? 8?
We picked at 8 in the first round.
There were plenty of defensive. There were plenty of edge rushers in that particular portion of the draft. So
and Trice was the 6th best edge rusher in the draft, the 6th best. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad. We got. I like Trice. I like because we got Abercrombie, our 2nd round. Troy Anderson, we moved him to edge from inside since the development of Nate Landman, who's playing inside. And then we got D'Angelo Malone, who was the Senior Bowl MVP in 2022 out of Western Kentucky. So we got 4 nice fast edge rushers.
Yep, and you got Kirk Cousins at your quarterback. I don't see you guys losing that division, actually. I really don't.
Yep, our offensive line is nice and tight. We got 3 first-rounders, a second-rounder who should have been a first-rounder starting. And the only one that's not a first-rounder is Dahlman, Chris Dahlman, who played for the Niners' son. My center. He's developed nicely.
And we talked about him last year.
Drew Dahlman.
Yeah. You're going to get a little pushback away from Tampa Bay. They seem to have done some good things in their draft, but I don't know if those guys are going to play. Last year's draft is what's going to help them this year. But, that's going to be an interesting – you guys' division tightened right up. It's going to be a competition between the Falcons. New Orleans is still probably going to be a little bit better than they were last year. And, of course, Tampa Bay. Could be fun to watch.
Carolina.
Oh.
Yep. And Ronbo,
not
with
yet.
Grady Jarrett comes
Next
back
year for the Panthers.
Yeah. We drafted a defensive tackle in the 2nd round. We traded up from 43 to 35 to get, I can't pronounce, Roro out of Clemson. I didn't like that pick.
There's an extra RO in his name.
Yeah, you heard about him. But I didn't like that pick because we could have got that kid Newton from Illinois who went the very next pick. He is a dog. Javon Newton out of Illinois.
Oh, that's right.
That's who we should have got.
I remember seeing that name.
He went the very next pick. I forgot for who.
And
that's the only pick that I didn't like. Yeah, and then we drafted another defensive tackle in the 4th round out of Oregon, and we took a defensive tackle from Georgia in the 6th round with our last 6th round pick.
So you worked on the defense.
We got depth. Yes, we did. And we got a linebacker in the 5th round from Notre Dame, an inside linebacker.
I remember you were excited about that. Yeah. So
yes,
actually, in hindsight, we can all know that, yes, you don't wait until your quarterback finally just limps off the field to go get a quarterback. That's too late. I understand that. It makes sense. So.
And the quarterbacking class of next year is weak. Just like it was the year we got Desmond Ridder. It's weak, so we
you got to pick that fruit while it's ready to be picked, because you don't wait till it's too late, and then you got to go through what you just went through for 2 years. And is it hard to wait?
I'll give our draft a B. Once somebody in the chat said Nikita said an A, I said no, I disagree. I'll give our draft a solid B because I don't like that 2nd round defensive tackle. We could have had the other one from Illinois, so I'll give us a solid B.
All right.
To be fair.
All right. Well,
so you guys picked up a receiver, I see. Another receiver.
Oh, man, we got receivers everywhere now. It looks like this draft was pretty much about the offense, unlike usual. But, yeah, we got
Kyle. Oh, Ronbo, you called it. You been saying it for 6 months. Y'all drafted another running back later, too. You said, watch me get another running back.
We got 2, I do like Isaac Verindo. My God, if he could just learn from McCaffrey anything. I love the way he scoots and he keeps his eyes. He's one of those guys who sees moving at his speed too. He can see little gaps opening up. He'll shift and roll right or left at a heartbeat. The guys I think we're back to the stretch run. I really do, because we abandoned that for a while. With McCaffrey, we're still going to do off the tackles, but man, that kid can run the stretch. Oh God, yes.
I like that tackle y'all got out of Kansas. I like that kid, Ronbo. I read about
Dominic.
To him on Friday.
Yeah, Dominic.
I like him.
Dominic looks promising. We'll see.
Ronbo, if anything, they talking about the short arms, some of the negatives I read about the short arms.
Yeah.
Who is the guy you got? McKinnon, like at the right tackle?
McKivitz? Yeah.
Right?
Well, McKivitz is
McKinnon as your starting right tackle and move that kid from Kansas to that right guard.
Yeah, because Burford ain't going to be there after Felician leaves. But I can't remember. McKivitz's arm length, I don't think McKivitz has Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. But I think, I'm trying to remember, does he have, we'll see what they come up with.
Because Dominic has played guards up and down the line at Kansas. He's played both tackle and both guard positions at Kansas. He's very versatile.
As I'm saying, and I understand he can play tackle too. He's not his best spot, but he can play tackle, and also he can play under center. Guys have given up a sack in 2 years. I'll listen to it.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes. Are you back Tuesday?
Yeah. It's season's underway
I'm
now.
so pissed off that the Rams had that phenomenal draft. I am pissed off about that round.
I am too. Especially about that Aaron Donald look-alike. That really bothers me.
Then they got his teammates. Edge rusher.
You know what really pissed me off too? Every time they'd run the camera, and McVay would have that smug look as his face as he go across the room and give that guy that high five. I said, Sean, you ain't going nowhere. I just run in the room.
Nope.
To beat his ass.
Because like I told you Friday about Prescott, you still got Stafford. Stafford's still going to throw them picks. Picks are still going to be thrown. He's still the same guy.
And they didn't pick up a quarterback, did they? They didn't, did they? I don't know. No.
I don't know. I have to look.
I don't think they picked up a quarterback. Not even a young one. Stetson Bennett is still in training.
That's because they got Jimmy.
Watch out. Oh, I forgot. But you should still draft a QB or pick up one somewhere. So, what maybe Stetson Bennett's going to be that guy?
They got all-world Stetson Bennett out of Georgia.
Oh, no,
Stetson. Who threw all them interceptions in preseason last year.
I know. When Rudy went around saying, Stetson Bennett may be the steal of the draft. Oh, God. Shut up, Rudy.
He threw a lot of interceptions, and he threw 2 pick sixes in preseason last year. 2 of them.
Wait. He's royalty. I just Stetson Bennett the third, Esquire.
Stetson Bennett, yeah. And Ronbo,
we gotta go.
My side has recovered. I'm still laughing about those fans in Detroit paying for that parking and standing.
That's just.
I still can't believe that.
They just you couldn't find any other space. Tony, we really got to go. I'll see you Tuesday. All right. Good, always great to talk to you.
I'll see you Tuesday, sir. And
looking forward.
We'll evaluate the draft some more, and I'll talk to you Tuesday, sir.
Looking forward, Tony. Have a great night.
Take care, sir.
Thank you. You too. Ray Jr., I never acknowledge you when you say that, but thank you very much, Ray. You say that all the time. I love it. Thank you. And let's get Steven. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, we're sitting here and we're wondering. A lot of it's nervous. And, you know, Steven, we never go a show now without talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna make it a point next time not to say anything, because we used to do that with the Chiefs. Not the Chiefs, but I mean the Hawks. You know what I mean? Every team that ends up having papers on us, we give them way too much praise and love. I'm going to stop doing that. Screw the Chiefs and the Hawks. They could be beat.
Oh, yeah, they can be. It's just,
their
draft went a lot better than expected.
The Chiefs? I know.
You know who probably had the worst draft? The Cowboys.
Because they weren't trying. The Cowboys act as if, well, we know our role and we know our place. We're just going to start building our offensive line back up like we did years ago and dominate. Hey, Jerry, how many years is that going to take? You don't have a running back. What are you going to do? You're going to put the ball in Jack's hands all day? Good. Please do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Please let Dak be Dak. Whatever. But there is one person I'm extremely excited about, because I've watched him play college, and I've watched how what was it? I watched his style of play, and it was noticed. Unfortunately, he didn't get picked during the draft, but he was picked up after, and that is Tariq Owens.
Yeah. I can't wait to see him in
According
preseason.
to John Lynch.
Yeah.
Well, according to John Lynch, he plays very similar to his dad.
Well, they run kind of like with that big gate. So we're gonna be treated to that in preseason. I just hope he doesn't get embarrassed, because we'll see.
He's got a lot of hype to live up to. I mean, look at Marvin Harrison Jr. He's got hype to live up to. Brandon Rice is worse. He's got to live up to his dad's shadow.
I mean, his is the worst. Period. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you come in there looking,
then you got Frank Gore Jr. with the Bills.
That's why, Steven. That's why I wouldn't have picked him up, because if you're gonna do things to embarrass yourself and your dad, I don't want to be here to have to watch that and then have to call your dad and say, listen, I love you and your kid, but listen, I'm not gonna be able to hold on to him. I mean, you know how this is. This is a business. Oh, I do not want to make that call. No.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, damn. But I mean, to get picked up because because the general manager thinks you're actually worth it, that's a pretty good sign. Hey, look.
I think they really do like him. But I'll say, you know how John and Kyle are. I don't think they would have picked him up. Harbaugh picking up Rice's kid, I'm not sure what that's about.
Harbaugh he's still got that love for 49ers, Ronbo.
I know, but
if he could, he would. If he could, he would. He would have come back.
I don't know why he didn't pick up Gore's kid. I mean, him and Frank were like tight.
True, yeah, but I think he was hoping to get him as
UDFA,
a UFA, but ended up not getting him as a UFA.
He's with the Bills, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills. You're a home
playing that refrigerator.
You know who else, Ronbo, had a really terrible draft? The Bills. Goddamn Bills. They exactly the same. They didn't even try. I think they were in the competition with the Cowboys on who could try the least and who can sabotage their own division the most.
And they don't owe a lot of money, I mean, they already paid Josh, and they lost Stephon. They didn't even try to get a wide receiver. They gave it, here, you want this pick, Chiefs? Yeah, go ahead, take it. Okay. Xavier Wright. Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop saying it.
You guys gave him Xavier Worthy of all players you could have given.
Xavier Worthy.
And then,
could have gave him anybody but Worthy. That's exactly what they need. He doesn't need to do anything but what he's going to do. He can run go routes all day. Your safety cannot leave him alone. He's going to be down the field by himself, and Mahomes is going to hit him in stride. So,
Well, I mean, like I said, Ronbo, honestly, this draft, I'm not going to get mad because it's like, we got a couple of good linemen. I mean, right after the draft ended, they, Niners went out of their way and signed, how many offensive linemen? I think, 3 more.
Here we go, yeah.
So it's kind of nice that they, saw the elephant in the room and were like, oh, yeah, we're going to get this guy, we're going to get this guy, we're going to get this guy. They ended up picking up, what was it? Drake Nugent.
Yeah,
from go in the draft.
Michigan. Yeah, I just hope one of them's worth a damn. I really do.
I think they are. I think they'll work out, Ronbo. I mean, honestly, I don't see why not. We picked up, a couple of good players. One of the people I'm looking forward to is Ricky Pearsall. There seems to be a lot of talk about this guy, about how, Slick Rick and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, if he's as good as people say he is, then
look at his highlight tape.
Goodbye, Debo.
He may be underrated. Pearsall's a guy's a beast. I watched about 15 or 20 matches. Okay, I get it now. Jesus Christ. And I seen him get some terrible hits. Get right up, get right back, run back to the huddle. Jesus Christ. He didn't even act like that hurt. And I seen him get hit by 2 guys at the same time, right in the back. I said, ooh. Because you get that whip action in your back. You can throw one of your vertebrae out doing that. He got right up.
Oh, yeah.
Went back to the huddle.
Dust it off. Kept going. Who else am I excited for? Oh, Renardo Green. He's good.
Tough guy.
I'm super excited for him. And then Mustafa, too. Mustafa is going to be a great addition. You know,
Yeah. Hey,
I remember
John picked him out, and safety is safety. Yeah.
Well, and it's crazy too, Ronbo, is that, you know, I told you, I was like, oh yeah, we got our nickel and Renardo Green, but then they went out and got Mustafa, and I was like, oh, okay, that's going to probably be our nickel. And then they also ended up picking up Taylor Bethune, or Bethune, however you say his name. He's not bad, but then we went out of our way to sign Tanner Mordecai, who's a quarterback.
Well, you know, Kyle's got to have a quarterback every year, no matter what. He may not even make this. He might not make the cut. You know, it's so funny. Grant Cohn said, so far the 49ers have drafted replacements for the following players: Deebo Samuel, Diamond Lenore, Aaron Banks, Talanoa Funga, Elijah Mitchell. As you spoke, I was just thinking about that. Grant was right. We'll see what's going to happen to Deebo, but the replacements are
yeah,
in.
They're probably going to get rid of him after June 1st, so that way they don't have to pay that $30 million up front.
Well, you know.
And then as for, I think they're going to keep Diamond Lenore. I mean, they can't afford to let him go unless they find a superstar corner. But
his contract ends next year, too.
They did draft Elijah Mitchell's replacement because, you know, availability is the best attribute you can have in the NFL.
And he stays on the field. But you know what? Deebo's contract was not restructured or anything. There's another sign where the flags are coming up. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, Steve, we got to go.
Restructure Ronbo. The fact that he caused that drama for Brandon Ayuk,
everybody else. We'll see. All right. Steve, we got to go. I'll see you Tuesday because it's getting late, isn't it? My God, it is getting late. All right. So I'll see you Tuesday, and let's see what happens. There's going to be some other things to talk about, too. I want to talk about the UDFAs more, but we don't want to get into that today. All right, fam. Always great. Steven, that little girl, that little boy. Steven's going to be a happy daddy these days. and Miss Steven, too. All right, fam.
You have a great night.
You, too. Thanks, Steven. And who else we got here? Oh, Steven. For everybody who says, yeah, when you see Tony Atlanta, you know the show's over. Production fooled you tonight, didn't they? Hey, man, we're going to go. I'll see you midweek. I can't wait to see what develops between now and then. Now it's fun. Now it's exciting. Drama, drama, drama. And you know what? We can thank the media for coming up with these lies. 49ers have dangled Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk in an attempt to move up to the top 10 in the first round. Oh, and everybody's sitting there thinking, into the first round. No. And here comes, what was that? There's a couple guys came in. The 49ers now, it seems, are going to set pat on both Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, but they said the door is still open. And I said, they always say that. Why don't you guys stop doing that? I know your job is to make sure you keep sensationalism going, but you guys are starting to make asses of yourself. Stop it. And they'll probably say to me, well, you bit. I'm not going to bite anymore. I'm not. Next time they start in Ian Rappaport and all, I don't care. I'm not reacting. We should all think that way. Fam, I'll see you Tuesday and see what we got going on in Ninerville. Thanks for the contributions. As always, fam, thank you so much. And please don't forget to subscribe so you get those notifications. Get on in here and help us battle with these trolls running up and down the chat. I'll see you in a couple of days.